or anything like that. But because we're in such a dense level of existence, you need a lot of these supplements, minerals that come from animals to survive. Because it's a natural process. Um, it's sort of the composition or the decomposition of life uh, gives forth to new life. So in order to sustain your life, you often have to take life.
Well,
I just wanted to give you a reason for that because you asked the question. That's all.
that's what I would suggest. Personally, I kind of think that if I believe that we have to come to some understanding of what this realm is in order to leave this realm. Now, I could be totally wrong. This is just my opinion. I could be like off the wall. But
No,
I
I think you're
believe
right.
that part of the reason that we're here, if not the whole reason, because our spirit, we have so many questions as human beings, right? Where do we come from? How is this made? Why is this like that? We have all these questions, and I believe that we have these questions the minute our spirit is locked in this flesh. And because our spirit is locked in this flesh, I personally believe that we've been locked in this flesh for a reason. And my belief is that we have to come to terms with the flesh. We have to understand the flesh. We have to become one with the flesh. And once we become one with the flesh and we understand the flesh, and we are able to look death in the eye and understand that there is life because there is death, there is black because there is white, there's up because there is down, and we merge the flesh and the spirit as one. And when we can truly do that in our own personal lives, that is for me what becomes ascension. And we can get out of this place. I could be way off the fucking wall. But if you
I
look
don't
at
know.
people
Don't.
like the Hadza, to me, watching those people hunt, they never care about whether they're going to have food tomorrow. When they're ready to get food, they get up and they go hunt. And they always get something, even with the fucking industrial farming taking over their land, plowing the fields, killing off
Yeah.
all the fucking the animals that are in the area because they eat the corn and they eat. So people go around shooting things just to get them out of their corn. And these people,
Exactly.
there's no buffalo. Okay, we'll shoot kudu. There's no
That's where
kudu.
for me, the vegan or the vegetarian argument breaks down is it's on a need basis. So if you're one with nature and you got to eat, you're going to go get something to eat.
That's
And
right. And
that's
they
how it
never
works.
worry. They never ever worry. And they're the most egalitarian society that ever has existed from the standpoint of researchers at this point. They take everything they have and it's shared between them. They have a chief, but he doesn't rule. He's just a member that people think, okay, he's the chief, just so that they say he's the chief. But he does no ruling. He's the same as everybody else. And
All right, wait,
anything
wait,
they
wait, Lou,
get,
you're going on and
they
on.
share.
Wait. All right.
Sorry.
So, at what point did you suppress, or do you remember like the moment or the time when you started to suppress that feeling of I'm killing this thing? Like, did you
I don't.
was
I
that
never
never
have.
there?
I've never suppressed it, Timmy. That's
How is that
something you
possible?
don't
It's
suppress.
bizarre.
It
It's
it
bizarre to
it
me.
hurts me every time. You think
What
it's
was the
easy
moment
for
that you
me?
suppressed yourself where you didn't acknowledge that there was suffering and agonizing of animals with long, drawn out deaths, unnecessarily so through conventional agriculture from a pizza that you probably ate at some point? Because I'm sure you do it. You can tell me you get all your food from some kind of fucking farm or whatever, but we're all culpable at some level. Let's fucking be real.
Okay,
But are you aware
sure.
that that's happening? And do you
Some
realize that
level,
that's also an equation in this?
yes, but like you're actually suppressing that instinct to just like not kill things, right?
Yes, you're letting
Well,
other
it's a
men
better
kill for
solution.
you.
It's the more viable solution. You would be better to raise something from your backyard than go to the store and cowardly buy something conventional to fill your need, to fill your pie hole in your gut, unconsciously have another man do your dirty work, and in a dastardly way. I mean, totally non-empathetic, cruel, unconscious way. So why would you not take it into your own hands where you could do it with empathy and consideration and do it
And
with
care
precision and strategy
and quick.
and a much better end result, actually, because
I'd
just the
I'd
way the
rather
animal lived and
just
everything.
I'd rather just not eat meat anymore. Honestly, I
Yeah, but
just
you're
there's
killing.
something
You're
wrong with
missing
it.
what he's saying to me.
I'm not.
You are, like it or not, a certain
So you're
percentage
saying,
of
oh,
your food, a certain percentage
so
of your
I
food.
just pull the trigger myself, right? Because at some point, some rodent is gonna
No,
fucking
come
die
on,
somewhere.
Timmy,
Like,
you're smarter than
that's what
that.
you're
You heard
saying?
what he said. You're smarter than that.
I heard what he said. Yes, the commercialization kills rodents. It fucks up the biodiversity. It messes up the farm. It messes up the life. I get that.
Not
I'm
just
not like,
rodents, Timmy. In America, almost 50, 55, or if I would forget what the number it is, almost 50 or something like that types of songbirds have gone extinct since the early 40s, since we started this mass farming of
I get that.
seeds.
All right, look, Lou.
40
From
or
now
50
on.
songbirds have
All right,
died
hold
because
on.
of your diet.
Right, because of my diet. Now, look, you're all on notice. Now, when I speak, I'm trying to speak about things in the future so we can progress. This is what my intention is. So please understand that. So I'm not saying that to say I'm not culpable for all those songbirds that Lou thinks I had, saying I had an indirect hand in killing. I'm saying for the future. It's like, I'm saying why, like, I don't accept that I can't have a fucking fruit forest on my fucking land and they're just bee chickens that they shit and then nature handles it. There's fucking coyotes that will come and eat if there's too many chickens. Like, why I have to go and like manage everything and slice some chickens' throats sometimes to have the perfect balance, like, and that I have to eat meat and that I have to cut their throat, the cow's throats to eat it, and it's cowardly if some other man does. Like, I just, there's something wrong with that, man. It doesn't vibe with me. I don't. It can't be required. Like I mean, it's just, there's just something there, man. There's a spiritual
Timmy,
level of it that I'm not down here with you, Lou. I think that's
because
what it is.
you're acting as if there is a utopia. There is no utopia.
But that's the point, man. It's like, isn't there potential? Isn't there a potential for some level of
Only
utopia?
thing you can do is what Dick said. You can manage it, take full responsibility for it in your hands so that you can create the least amount of harm and the most amount of benefit to this earth and this planet and the people around you and your community that you can, by taking it fully into your control and
Right. So
removing
my fruit farm on fucking 3 acres with what?
But you don't
Why?
have
How is
that
that
right
harming
now, Timmy.
anything?
And that's a great
Huh?
thing. I agree.
I know, but many people already have that and they don't eat meat. So like,
nah.
what? I mean, if your point is true that they ate me from 0 to 20, then they don't have to anymore. Okay, what about their kids? Okay, that's something to think about. I get it. Oh, so I'm a piece of shit because I'm not cutting.
And they generally leave the vegan thing the minute they have a control of their own body. They generally leave it.
Okay, again, like, it's hard to really talk to you about this because
their parents
you
for
don't.
A lot of them. Then they hate.
Again, I can't. You've not shown to be good faith about this topic. So like, I can't really go on your word of that because I've seen and heard from people that do have vegan kids, and then those kids are happy and healthy, and then they're not like rebuking their parents. So like, I'm not the one taking a side and being like, no, I'm there's no way to change my mind. That's what you're doing right now. It's very hard to like actually have this discussion with you, to be honest. So, but you know, I think we're enjoying it on some level, but
I get it,
am
Jimmy.
at least.
But
like, it's hard to even talk to you about this because you're like, no, you're on this side, and there's no. It's just like
I can be overbearing, and I apologize. Sometimes I do get that way. And I do apologize for that. I'm not trying to overpower you or
you're saying
anybody.
On some level, my kid needs to eat meat. So like, at some point, I'm going to have to face the fact that I'm going to have to feed him some form of meat. So I shouldn't be a pussy and allow Dick to do it if Dick is my neighbor. And it's like, if I'm doing that, well, that chicken is still getting his throat slit.
Don't suggest that I'm thinking exactly in the same grain that Lou is. We have different ways of coming at this. I'm of the mind of indigenous eating. So if you're in a tropical region and you got a guava tree and a breadfruit tree and all this native things around you that you can eat that are grown in a natural way, and by natural, I know that word's just very watered down, but I'm just saying in a way that's indigenous to the environment. It happens natively, their land race. power to you. You know how far that can take you. I think at some point you're going to be reaching into the ocean, which seems very intuitive and natural to me as well, and grabbing a fish out because you're going to find for your development, for your children, and for your life.
Can I
something's gonna
offer?
have
Can I
to-
offer a different perspective?
Yeah, you bet. That's just. But anyway, just to cap it off, that's what I'd say is like, if you really have that strong intuition that you got to live that way, then go to the region where you can eat indigenously in a healthy manner that fits your ideals.
Why is it anybody else's concern what somebody else eats?
That's not the discussion, though, Rob.
I would like to
Okay,
add
I
something.
guess I came in late.
No, the discussion is all.
Well, it is actually a concern
Thank you.
because if you're eating things from conventional agriculture and they're poisoning all of the watershed and causing all of the sea life and the reef systems to die out,
Well,
and it's just a complete
that
unconscious profits
eating
before people
animals-
system
Sorry,
that poisons our children, puts inflammatory glyphosate into the children of the public school system, and on and on and on. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, but
you know, I could give you so many different byproducts or ramifications of nasty conventional agriculture.
Can we move on beyond this, like this same tired shit where it's like, oh, we're complaining about like the fucking mainstream shit, and can we
There
talk
was a
about
question.
like
There was a question
I know,
proposed. We
but-
just
but-
needed to answer it. You know, that's a valid
But
answer.
isn't that what we need to tackle? Isn't that what's the real problem
No.
here?
let the
the
slaves
problem of
eat that bullshit? That's
centralized-
what they want. That's what they
No,
want.
but
What are you
isn't-
going to do about it? These are private farms
oh.
and private customers. It's private business.
And I'm okay.
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
they
you
wanna do
educate
that.
people
But,
through awareness. You actually
Awareness,
dispute all of
exactly.
the false conclusions that are rooted in
Yes.
propaganda. A lot of times siphoned off fiat notes from your governing or your mental that's coming back to do subsidization of even the conventional meat products, which is horrific. I mean, I'm not just saying this about agriculture and the vegan diet. I'm saying food in general, from a conventional sense, is horrific and disgusting, and people should know about it, and they should be aware, and they should make more conscious decisions if they're able to and capable.
my
Okay.
my goal
Thank you,
and
Dick, for
talking
that.
about this as much as I do is to lift the veil that has been placed upon us, this misanthropic veil that's been placed over humanity that we cannot see beyond, right? We've been trained to be misanthropic. Someone said earlier or on another stream that they had some fucking art project where they had the title of the art project was The Most Dangerous Animal Alive, and the art exhibit was a mirror. So anybody that stepped up to the mirror read The Most Dangerous Animal in the World, and they were looking at themselves. This is misanthropy. This is the hatred of humanity. This is the destruction of humanity. And this is what this veil is placed over all of humanity. And it's our responsibility to poke as many holes in that veil as we possibly can. And our natural diet is part of this misanthropic agenda. And it is an agenda from Bambi to fucking Blue's Clues. It's all designed to train us to hate humanity. And I believe I have the responsibility to poke holes in it. That's all. I may never reach a point where there's any light coming through this veil, where it's always dark on this side. But I'm going to fucking poke holes at it no matter what anybody says. And somebody might see the light, and maybe we can come to a critical mass at some point where we can break this veil and people can love humanity again. And then we can move forward to a better
Keep dreaming, Lou.
way. I don't know, man. I don't look at it that way. I think that we all have our part, and we can get to that point, right? We can get to that point. And I believe a lot of people are seeing it my way too, because there is a huge fucking move towards going out to land and getting a little piece of land and growing your own food. It's massive. Look on YouTube and you'll see it. Look on just
Timmy, you
type
got
in modern
anything?
homesteading.
He's just droning.
Okay, I stop.
I mean, I'm starting to get a headache here. I don't know.
Did I
man.
poke a hole
just-
in the
it's-
veil?
No. I mean, I still like your position is a weird one, because like, again, you already admitted you won't change your mind. So this is like a bit of a like, where do we go here, right? Like, you won't change your mind.
Timmy,
even
Timmy,
though like,
on-
Move
like
on.
in 1984,
dude, billions of
Go
people
ahead.
have been living and not eating meat for fucking hundreds of years. And like, I just, the
Not
fact that
true.
you just like kind of,
It's not true.
but like how, like you said before, the study you looked at was the indigenous tribe, but like
I looked at
looked
a
at
million
they,
studies, Timmy.
they
A
looked
million.
oh, right, and they looked at
Or
every
no, not a million. I've looked at several
civilization that's
studies.
ever lived. Are you not having some information bias where you're not
Okay.
you don't want to look at the other ones?
Read some of Dr. Price's work, and then you tell me if any of these indigenous societies were vegan or vegetarian.
And then this is where we get to the point where like, now I'm going to sound hypocritical, but like my spirit and conviction tells me it's like there's something wrong with what you're saying, Lou. And like I can't I have people that I see, that I look at, that are 65 years old, that look like they're 20, that they are vegan and they eat raw vegan. And I've seen countless people like this, power lifters. And again, it's like, I'm just saying, man, my conviction.
Can I
But
ask
does
you
your
a
spirit?
question?
I just have one question. I just want to get in here real quick, and I'm not trying to tag team or double time you, Timmy. I'm just. Does your spirit and conviction? I just want to see the consistency. Does it also tell you that it's even exponentially worse to blindly go about just eating a conventional food product that you knowingly, or even a conventional meat product, or conventional milk product, dairy, all these things that
Right.
are produced from the system? Do you think that it's okay to go about that, or that it would be a worse decision than harvesting something from your backyard? Isn't it exponentially worse?
It's obviously worse.
It is. Okay.
But you're not acknowledging it. You're not acknowledging
I am acknowledging it. I'm trying. Lou, I'm doing the best I can and making a progress every fucking day. So I'm not saying I'm already like there. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I know it's like when I can't tell you the last time I actually enjoyed the meat that I ate. I don't know what you might say. There's something wrong with me, but like I can't eat it. I never have, even when I was a little kid. Like I just can't. I hate it every single time. It's the only thing I like are chicken cutlets because my fucking mother, she puts on
but
so
be
many
real
fucking
with me.
something.
You're telling me you don't eat
something
any
about
conventional grains ever?
Conventional grain, what,
Conventional
rice?
oats,
a
conventional
bag of bread.
wheat, conventional. Yeah, man.
A bag of bread.
A bagel from time to time, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes
So
from, Timmy?
Flour.
Yeah, and where do you think the flour comes from, Timmy?
Somebody is growing the thing.
And how do you think they keep the animals and songbirds from eating all those grain berries?
Again,
how do you think how do they stop
Isn't
the
that
mice from
exponentially
climbing
worse than someone who raised their own meat in their backyard?
Timmy,
again?
let me
it's like
explain
if you
how-
had to
I'm
make
not
a
even
decision,
comparing. Like, I'm not comparing. Are you comparing my current, like, sometimes engaging with commercial products? You're comparing that with raising and slaughtering animals, because that's not the comparison I'm making. I'm talking about my future and having the fruit farm. I'm talking about, I'm being idealistic, I guess. I'm talking about my fruit farm and chickens shitting around, and from the neighbors' chickens coming and shitting or whatever they let their
so you and I may have idealistic similar destinations that we want to get to. I'm talking about now dealing with right where I'm at, though. You know, if I got to make choices, I got a couple acres and I can do something with it. It's healthier, it's a better end product, and it's much more compassionate and considerate to the whole process.
All I would say, Timmy,
other people look at that, they'd see they're in a similar situation. They could do something locally or on their land, but they don't, maybe for these type of arguments that they wouldn't want to kill an animal. And it's like, well, you're doing that all the time by your compromises and walking through the grocery store or buying that pizza or whatever fucking packaged fast food product that you might buy. Yeah, bagel, whatever.
All I would say, Timmy, is that you're a father now, and you owe it to your son to do everything possible to falsify your beliefs, not mine. I have to work on falsifying your beliefs. Each and every one of us have a responsibility to ourselves and to our closest family, and especially children if they are totally dependent on us. If a child is dependent on us, our responsibility to falsify our beliefs becomes exponential. So if you don't do the research to look in to what is the most nutritious, important, best way for your child to grow up, and that means chasing your beliefs and looking to see if they're correct or if they're not, to falsify your beliefs. If you cannot find anything that falsifies your beliefs, then go ahead. But if you don't do the work to falsify your beliefs, then you're not
Lou,
doing
you're not
your
talking to an
fatherly
average
duty.
moron. You're not talking to an
Okay.
average moron. I've been trying to falsify nonsense for 20 years, dude.
If you're telling me that, Timmy, I have to say, and if you have tried everything to falsify your beliefs around plants, then I have to say, I got to say it. I'm sorry. I don't believe you 100%, because what you're saying, I know the direct opposite is true. I know this for a fact.
Oh. I'm just saying the
Sorry.
day to day, like I plant sprouts and then I fucking eat them.
And that's all
it's like
great.
it's a perfect cycle. There's no harm done. I feel great.
What do you put those
and
sprouts
like,
on? What do you put those sprouts on? You just eat them raw? You cook them? What do you do? Tell me, give me
sometimes
an
I eat
example of
them.
what you
Sometimes
eat,
I just eat
what you
them
do
raw.
with sprouts. Sometimes,
I eat
but
them
the
raw.
majority of the time, what do you do with those sprouts? You get a nice bagel, you put some butter on it or some margarine.
No.
You put the sprout, come on, some vegan cheese, a few, on
I
that
don't eat
bagel.
vegan cheese.
Oh, okay, some regular cheese and a few sprouts on top with that nice fluffy bagel.
Well, and I do
Come
want
on,
to.
I
Timmy.
eat them.
If you feed
see
your,
I get what you're
if you
I-
feed
I
your
see
sprouts,
you.
if you feed your sprouts to your chickens, then they break
Then
that
you're
down, and then the
talking.
egg has all that cholesterol for your brain. So that
That's-
seems
but
to be
that's-
like the power
it's-
package,
Boom! Hit the
nutrition
bomb.
package.
OTW.
It's
Give
got
him a
Why do I
everything
bomb.
you
have to
need.
eat a chicken period
OTW
to
will laugh
fucking
'cause I think he leans
survive?
the other
Is
way.
insanity.
Did you hear that,
It's
Dick?
fucking
A
insanity.
chicken period. Did you hear that,
It's
Dick?
chicken period. It's
That's the vegan.
non-fertilized.
That's the vegan brainwashing. A chicken period.
Isn't it?
Right
Isn't
there.
it a chicken period or not?
No, it's the source of life.
It's a
And
non-fertilized egg.
And it's a
Which
source
what would that
of
be?
life.
Even if you put it in human
And
terms,
I
that
eat
wouldn't be a human, right?
fertilized
That would be an
eggs.
egg still.
It would be human period.
Be a human period, exactly.
The egg
Wouldn't
co-
be a
right, so
human.
is-
You're absolutely
It's
right,
unfertilized.
Timmy, and that's
right. It would
that's
be
what's
chicken
fucked up
period,
about
which
it.
is fucking disgusting.
No, the
on
difference
any
between a
level.
woman's period is what comes out of a woman's period is dead. What comes out in an egg is alive and ready to give birth to a life. Right. And
That's
I don't
almost
eat
worse.
unfertilized eggs. I eat fertilized
That's-
eggs because they're much better. They have the correct makeup when you eat raw fertilized eggs.
And your
Not
whole
unfertilized
entire
eggs. That's
Something
properly
wrong with
grown
it.
plant is built on the
That's
back
weird,
of that
man.
whole process. Is whether you're looking at the micro level, at the biology of the soil, or you're looking at all the natural animals roaming around that allow that animal input back to go back into the soil and put the plant matter broken down, nutrition back in a bioavailable form. That
Why
completion of
can't-
that process happens regardless of whether you want to eat vegan,
Right.
vegetarian,
Why
carnivore.
can't a chicken just shit in the soil and then it's energized and then my fucking plants grow and I eat the plant? I get the nutrition from the chicken shit in the soil. It's absorbed into the soil and then I'm eating it in the plant.
Fine, but you
Like,
can't domesticate the chicken then at any level, so you can't use it for
not-
farming, even at a micro farm level. If you're going to domesticate
not
the
enough,
chicken, you're going to
Timmy.
have to deal with roosters. But you got a 50-50 ratio. The roosters are going to have to go, or somebody's going to eat them. And it's probably going to be you, because you put the work in to raise them and put the energy and blood, sweat, and tears, protect them from the foxes, protect them from all the other predators, give them a good natural food supply. You did it with love and intention. If you want to go give that back to nature, go right ahead. But you're going to have to at some point, because you're not going to leave a bunch of cocks in the pen with equal ratio of hens.
See,
No,
there's
you're gonna
something
pull
there's
them
something
out and you're gonna boil them down and you're gonna make chicken soup. And when your son
there's something
is
wrong
sick
with all
from a
this. Like
cold,
I'm an
Because it's
outsider
truth, Timmy. You're
looking
not going to
in.
grow the vegetables without animal input. So you're either going to domesticate them at some level, or you're going to be a wild forager and then go get all your food from nature. And tell me how that fucking works before long, before you're hunting something. If you go out and sit in nature and try to
Exactly.
get some berries, and you might do it for 1 month out of the year, and then after that, you're going to need to eat something, and you're going to get some animal fats. You're going to kill a squirrel.
So you're
Boom.
saying if I have a food forest and there's just the natural level of animals around shitting, eating each other, whatever, you're saying that they're gonna eat my food forest if I don't intervene, or what are you saying? Is that what you're saying?
Of course
At
they
some
are.
level,
I
yes.
say spread
Yes.
fucking chicken blood on everything.
Right. So
Right, Lou?
but I
Agent
know
of
there are
chaos,
methods
agent of
to
chaos.
keep. I know there are methods
I'm
to
just
keep
fucking around.
like small animals away from the specific areas. Like there's intelligent ways to keep them out of the food. Is there not?
Well, it's very hard. I agree with you, Timmy, that the food forest idea is a great idea, and there are a lot of people using the food forest idea as a way of sustaining themselves. But the only real successful ones, if you look into it, they all incorporate animals into taking care of these food forests, and they use the animals as sustenance, like Dick said. When there's fucking, a chicken hatches 10 eggs, 5 of them are going to be roosters. And if you don't get rid of those roosters are not only going to kill themselves, they're going to kill the chickens too. Right?
Why are they going to
And then
kill
when
them?
the
Why are they going to kill
coyotes come,
themselves?
like you said, they will fight each other to death.
Oh,
And they will
okay.
kill the chickens as well. They will make those chickens they will fuck and rape those chickens until they die. When there's no feathers left from the top of their head to the bottom of their asses, and they're
All right,
bloody
that's-
all day long.
Imagine if out of
those
compassion.
roosters, they will kill those chickens, and one of them will die, and maybe one rooster will survive, and he'll
Exactly.
wait for a new chicken
That's
to
how it
come and
works.
show up.
One or two
Okay,
will
so-
survive.
You put
One or two will
unless
survive.
you do something about it and manage
Then do
them.
what?
You
Yeah.
manage
Okay, so
them.
let me
call the-
You take
me
that
some-
nutrient.
Okay,
you
wait,
take
wait,
that
wait, wait,
nutrient
wait.
and you feed it
Hold
to
on,
your
hold on.
children.
Okay, time out. On some level, now, do you guys think this is kind of fucked up? Like, I feel like on some level, like the soil has been fucked up and it's depleted, and like all the animals have been fucked with. And it's like, because in my mind, my asshole idealist utopian complaining mind, they say I'm complaining down there. That's all he does. I imagine a fucking world where like most of the land is food forest and there's like animals everywhere, just like kind of like the Amazon. Like everything's managing itself. Like, is it just that Canada
Yeah,
is a
but there's a
fucking
lot of that.
wasteland? It's like,
But
why are we
how
there
does the
then? It's like-
Amazon
it's like-
work,
it's-
right? It's a constant killing. It's a constant battle at
Right,
a
so,
micro
but
and a
I'm
macro level.
saying-
That's how it works.
I know, Dick, but if I'm
Because you can't
standing
give
there in the
another analogy of
Amazon,
anything sustainable other than nature. And so when you look at it,
how-
you have to acknowledge this is the
I,
characteristics and
Dick,
the
I
building
know,
blocks of how it
why
works.
do I have to
Give
go
another
and
analogy
bullshit
other
it?
than nature of something that would be sustainable and in
Dick,
harmony.
if I'm standing in the Amazon, why do I have to go and kill everything?
Because you'll starve to death if you don't.
Sit there and
There's
fucking
Go to
everywhere.
any place
nothing
in the
and see
world.
how it
Food
works for you.
everywhere. What are you talking about? There's
Okay,
fucking
Timmy.
food everywhere.
Timmy, go to the most lush
Yeah, you're
rainforest
probably gonna
in
eat
the
a grub.
world. To go to the most lush rainforest in the world,
Yes.
and you go and you tell me that there's food 12 months a year, 24 hours a day, that there is some sort of food that you can eat that is not an animal product. Go check
there
that
not?
out.
You're going to
Timmy.
scavenge. You're going to eat bugs.
Nothing
Things are going to
exists
die.
anywhere in the world. They are
Even
all
if- I mean,
seasonal.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Just the
They're
way
all
it's gonna go. If
seasonal.
you're in the Amazon
These
walking
fruits-
around, you're going to eat
these-
from it. Something's going to die. You're going to end
These
up eating
fruits,
a,
they
a
ripen-
slug or a
being-
snail. Or,
That's not what I'm talking about, Dick. I'm
These
saying
wild
like I don't
fruits-
have to chop motherfuckers' necks across like mammals with fucking brain. Like that's what you're saying. You're saying
If we
like
dropped you
I
off
have
in the
to-
you
Amazon,
value
within
certain
1
life
week,
over
you would
other
kill
lives.
something.
Then is what it comes down to. And I've heard that argument. I get it. You know, it's like, so you want to be the author of what dies, but you know, again, from a conventional standpoint, it's just horrific because the large game and the small game dies a just horrible, painful, agonizingly torturous death. From a nature standpoint, you want to go out and eat grasshoppers because you feel better about that. Go right ahead. You know, something's going to die though. That's just the way it goes. And you're going to get hungry eventually, and you're going to have to eat. You're probably going to want to get some bigger game so you can preserve that, salt the meat, and have a
Get
little
the
bit
liver,
put back for winter.
The liver, the heart, the lungs, the intestines. He's
That's the
got
way
the
that
Bambi
works.
syndrome, right? That's what most people have. They have this misanthropic Bambi syndrome.
No, you're
Right?
just discounting the billions.
I have a
of
couple
people
questions.
that
Since I've been
Hey, Jackie,
just don't murder animals.
They're doing it with
What's
conventional
cooking?
food.
Good looking.
Go
Omelet.
ahead,
The
good.
truth.
I'm cooking an
Pineal,
omelet.
go ahead. Go ahead,
my bad.
Pineal.
I have the StreamYard link muted. Yeah, I mean, what makes, like, for instance, what makes just to cite two studies, right? What makes the China study to you complete bullets, whereas Weston A. Price's work, being essentially bulletproof? I'm just curious because I'm familiar with both. Relatively
It's the
not.
funding. It's the funding. It's the funding
Okay.
and the agenda behind it. The China study was funded by people that run this system, and they have an idea of what they know, what they want to put into the lexicon. They know how they want to control your brain. But Vincent A. Price funded everything he did on his own dime, and he wasn't a doctor, he was a dentist. And he wanted to understand why all these indigenous peoples, because in the early 1900s, all these indigenous peoples, whenever they brought one in, they had perfect facial structures and perfect teeth, and they don't have toothbrushes, they don't do any of that stuff, but their faces, their jaws, their teeth, everything was perfect. And he was sort of like confused by this. But we are the civilized world, and our teeth are falling out, we have bad bone structure in our jaws. So he went and he studied these things, and he found that, and he documented this very well, that every indigenous society was a meat-based society with small amounts of supplementation with plants. And any plants that they did use, they highly fermented them or changed them or took all the toxins out of them by soaking, by cooking, by doing all. And he has a protocol on how to use plants more safely, because there's a lot of anti-nutrients in plants that even if you're getting a nutrient from them, it's got 3 other anti-nutrients that are wiping that nutrient out. And he gives a protocol on how to cook those plants or process them where you can keep some of the nutrients from them and eliminate the anti-nutrients. And so he had no funding. He went bankrupt practically doing that book, right? So look at the funding and you can understand which one is real and which one has an agenda behind it. Next.
Yeah, I get that. So have you ever, checked the funding behind Weston A. Price? Not that I necessarily think there is any. Again, I'm familiar with both. So
he wasn't
okay,
funded.
well, just
This is
to keep it on
read
subject.
his book.
Who funded China study? What were the powers or
Well, it's the World Economic
groups?
Forum. If you look deeply, it's all the same people in the World Economic Forum.
All right, well, that
If you
brings up a
go-
good point because you guys are talking about the soil, and I wanted to say how grateful we should be that we have people like Mr. Sadhguru with the Save the Soil campaign, which obviously he's not a WF puppet who got completely sold out. So, what does that say about
what does he do to save the soil?
Sadhguru?
Yeah, what does he do?
The Save the Soil campaign.
Okay, that's a good thing.
And that's why I made Vandana Shiva my background, because I'm questionable of her as well, considering how much coverage she's gotten. But we can't obviously throw the baby out with the bathwater with these people, because just because somebody gets coverage doesn't mean they're compromised. But again, that's kind of like the textbook conspiracy theorist mentality that everything's a conspiracy. Everyone's compromised. But
I believe I believe what you're saying might be true. This woman here, I don't trust fully. She says a lot of good things, and I'll take what she says that I believe is good. But she also has some connections, and she says some things that are not so great, because she's promoting the growing of conventional products. She's just like the controlled opposition that says, "Oh, yeah, we need to grow all these grains. These are important for us, but we should be able to have our own seeds." So she's giving a small amount of the truth, but promoting the conventional farming in the background.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know that part is true. You might be right. I'm not sure.
Listen to her a little deeply, and you'll hear it.
So all grains are bad for humans?
No, but
there's
conventional.
I would suggest, if you want to know a lot more about that, I would look up the vegan. I forget the name. Lear Keith is the author. She's some sort of paleontologist or something like that, and she was a vegan for much of her life, and she nearly destroyed her in their 40s. She had to change because she was destroying her bone density. Her hair was falling out. Her teeth were falling out, and so she went to carnivore, and she saved her life basically because she was having mini strokes, and then she wrote a book about it. And she went back, and she believes that they've not her a lot of paleontologists believe that wheat itself, they believe that it stayed, let me see if I can remember exactly how she says it, but basically that wheat wasn't a necessary thing at the time when we put it into our production base, but we kept it because it has something in it called glutamorphone. And glutamorphone has a very similar structure to morphine. So when you eat bread, and the more you eat of it, you become literally addicted to it. It may not give you a high like morphine would, but it gives you the same addictive qualities, like because of the glutamorphone in it. And they believe, many paleontologists believe, that's why we kept the grains this long.
What about
Right?
rice?
I don't have a problem with some a small amount of some rice possibly, but it has to be treated correctly, right? It has to be dealt with right. Like the Chinese did eat rice for thousands of years, but they did special treatments to the rice which they don't do anymore.
It's
right?
a serious
So now
bioaccumulator too.
exactly.
So I mean, depending, even if it's organically grown, but they don't, if they're putting all kinds of pollution and heavy metal particulates in the air, you don't know what's going on. I mean, it's better to take
and
it.
also
The moral of the story, I just want to say, because I got to jump out of here, is that it's better to take it into your own hands, if at all possible. And if you're going to do it in your backyard, and you say you just want to grow vegetables, that's great. But eventually you're going to need animal inputs to do that. And so then you can run down and buy a plastic bag full of cow shit from your garden store and think you're doing a great thing. Or you could have a cow that shits and have a sustainable source and then gives milk and a variety of other things too. And then you're going to have to learn to grow grass. And you find that, the same way then the bison dung sits in the field and the grass grows up better in that spot. Wow, it's natural fertilizer. It all works together. And if we'd figure that out, we'd do a lot better. And if we get to the process of it and trying to do it sustainably, we'll find out that's the only way we're going to do it, is we got to work in unison with the animals. Now, we should have compassion and love and empathy with the process. And the only way you're going to have that is if you're close to it. Cheers, folks. Love you very much.
Amen. Amen, Dick.
Peace, freedom.
Thanks for having me up, OTW, and appreciate everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat as well.
Thanks a lot for being
Good
here.
jamming yesterday, Dave. You were killing it, brother.
Always a pleasure. We have Emilios, man, in the backstage that was waiting. Hope you weren't there too long, Mr. Emilios. I didn't see you there.
Man, the synchronicities are crazy. I don't know if Brian Evans was already aware of your channel, OTW, beforehand, but I just found him, I think, on Burn Eye, Third Eye, Science Guy's channel recently, or Crypto Alchemist, whichever one he was on. Those are both his channels. But he subbed up to me, and now I see him in the chat. So the synchronicities are endless, as usual. Unless he found you from my live stream because he just subbed to me. I guess that's possible too. I don't know. Either way.
That could be possible. Could be possible, sir. So everybody, we are
did
6 hours and 10 minutes into the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. It is exactly noon, 10 past noon here in Montreal, Quebec. It's the 24th of April. This is live, the Grand RiSiNG show number 14, and it is 7 degrees Celsius and still cloudy this Monday morning. So I believe we do see Lubas here with his glass of urine, ladies and gentlemen. So
no, it's tea. It's tea. I don't drink urine. I wish I could. I tried, and I'm fucking too grossed out by urine drinking. But I know that it is a medicine. I really do know that that's true.
Well,
how about
if you
just
knew
soak
it would
your
cure
feet
you
in urine?
of a fatal disease, would you take it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Emilios.
Yeah. I guess
how are you guys?
We're doing great over here. How about you?
Yeah, I heard you. Too bad Dick jumped off. Kind of sad.
Hi.
A little bit sad. But we got Lou, so kind of happy.
That's
We're
right.
missing Moose, but then we got Pineal.
And I'm better
so.
looking, bitch. I'm better looking.
You know, how old are you, Lou, if you don't mind me asking?
I turned 60 this year.
I can't, Lou, you look
yesterday
amazing.
There was this girl.
Dude.
There was this girl online yesterday we were playing around with on the what was that stream called? Rob? I forget now.
Get chalked
Anyways,
up.
yeah, get chalked up. We're on the stream, and then where I was messing around with
Is
everybody.
that Rob Cleveland?
I was Mr. Sarcasto, and this chick came up, and
Who else, nigga?
yeah, why can't you follow the law and blah blah blah, calling Paul, you're just a gross whatever, and then I says, yeah, she thinks
That broad
I'm
was
in the
fucking
jail.
annoying.
Yeah, but it was cool for me. It was cool when she said, "How old are you?" I said, "Well, guess," and she said 42. I said, "You're right on the money." She says, "Really? I got it right." I says, "Yeah." I don't know how you can do that. You get it right every time. You're so smart.
You're a happy person, Lou, I think.
When I'm sleeping and nobody's home, I'm the best.
Yeah. You look great, man. For real.
Thank you.
For real.
I'm searching for this guy. I'm searching for this guy for Timmy. I forget his name. He did extensive research on how ruminant animals benefit the world and how our soil destruction is because of the lack of ruminant animals, and that we need to use grazing animals like cows and sheep to rebuild the soil. It's the only way we're going to get to a point where the soil is fertile again. I'm trying to find his name and I can't find it.
Hashtag holy afro.
Oh, that shit is funny. Timmy.
Oh, did Timmy show his afro? Fuck, I missed it. Show it again.
I always knew you were part black, bro.
Oh, he's got a Jufro.
He's got a Jufro. What's a Jufro?
I mean, on some level, like you guys know those statues in Rome. Like, does this not look similar?
Easy, Timmy. Easy.
Damn. Look like a rock star.
Isn't it not the same? Look up any picture of any of the emperors.
You got that Ashkenazi thing happening.
Do you have a guitar next to you?
I don't.
He's got a menorah.
Weird Al ain't got nothing on you, Timmy.
He plays the menorah instead of a guitar.
I do
I told
not.
you he plays the menorah.
He does not have a guitar.
He plays the menorah with one of those ding ding ding.
He doesn't have a guitar.
Like ding ding.
I resent.
But you know, if you think about it, per Bro Sanchez, he had a good stream yesterday. Flipped that menorah upside down.
Also, I challenge the concept, Lou, that all humans are built the same and require the same things. Because I have the woman who at times acts as my wife says she has firsthand witness of a monk, and he's been dead for decades, but his body is like perfectly preserved in the meditation like room of when he died. And like the dude was a vegetarian, apparently. So I guess we'll just say, oh, he ate eggs or something, and that's why he's like that. But yeah, I mean, I believe also that's not everybody is lying. About
people call me all the fucking time. Sorry.
Yeah, that you're so popular. I also think that I don't believe that everyone's lying when these monks reach some certain level of control over their bodies, and like they barely need to eat. Like, you think that all those people are lying?
Yes. Let me just say it straight.
I mean, I don't know where to go with that. Then it's like if you're gonna say that, then it's like I just think you're being way too you're like putting way too much faith into the dead. Like,
some of these people eat humans. Some of these yogis eat humans. They stay around.
That's a bad faith argument, sir.
Dude,
Please stop
some
doing
of these
that.
people
Where you're
on
like,
panel
some
eat
does
human.
X. Like, don't do
Lou,
that.
a lot of us are eating human with the natural flavors, you know. Or if you want to talk about Soylent Green McDonald's drive-through, I mean, you know, what are we talking about here? How many people are eating human?
Right. And
well, wait a minute.
Yes, we all
don't
know.
Dude, just because some fucking rabbi said that in a goddamn video doesn't mean it's true, man.
Right, exactly. Rob hits
Research.
give him a boom.
93. Research Cinemix. Research. Yeah, just research.
I know about that stuff. I'm talking about that Goldberg guy that everybody fucking refers to.
I'm not talking about the rabbi guy, but that is a very questionable. Admittedly, it is a very questionable. You know, it's just like a guy's face on every video. It's just the guy's face and him talking. It's questionable. I get that. I'm not talking about that though. But hey, you know, it is possible though. It could be real. You know, I don't know. I've never really had a solid consensus on that whole thing, but I wouldn't doubt it. You know, if you read the is it the Prodigals of the Elders of Zion or
Jesus Christ.
Dude, this is old hat, Pineal. This is like so old.
Yeah, I know. So are we gonna sit here and say that was nonsense? The Prodigals was a psyop?
I don't know. Who the fuck can know if it's somebody actually wrote it and again, but at the end of the day, who fucking cares what a couple of grabblers wrote and made their fucking plans? Like I don't give a fuck what their fucking.
I'm sorry, the synchronicity. I have a guy in my chat called Bad Goy and he just entered my chat. Like, what are the timing is insane, dude. Anyway,
before I go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking for something to tell Timmy. Can you tell me again?
I was saying, look, there like on some level, you know, you're stuck in this like, oh, the world is falling and it's everybody's killing each other, everything's killing each other. It's like, well, you know, I've read countless testaments of, you know, a being that it doesn't eat, a being that is, you know, he's reached such a level of enlightenment that, you know, he's just drinking water and his body doesn't even require food, and people watch him and he doesn't sneak food. Like there's so many of these stories, like these motherfuckers like going up into the Himalayas and then like not wearing any clothes and like sweat is coming off their bodies because they're just sitting here, they're managing their internal temperature. It's like it's just a very limited view of man that
Timmy.
Like you're saying there's a specific requirement of foods, and it's just there's countless testaments of beings that have ascended past this viewpoint, this restriction upon all humans, and I'm just saying my spirit tells me to reject it, and I don't think that's the World Economic Forum programming. That's all.
Okay, Timmy, let's do something that we can both agree on. You are a strong-willed person, I would imagine. Are you not?
Come on up, hard hat. You've been talking a lot of shit lately about me. Come on up, man. Go ahead.
Are you a strong-willed person, Timmy?
Yes, you know the answer. Don't answer questions.
I believe that you are a strong-willed person, right? And I believe that you're also an honest person. So what I suggest to you, to prove to me that these people do not eat anything, they drink water, or some of them, they say they don't even drink water. I would believe you if you stopped eating for 6 months. Just drink water. I'll give you that. All right. I would even say,
bro, people have fucking done it before. Fat motherfuckers
I would even give you
for a year. Okay, what does that count?
A fat motherfucker, but you're not a fat motherfucker. So stop eating food for 6 months. And
no, because you know why? You know why I won't? Why? Because you won't fucking believe me. Because
I will believe you. I'm telling you right now. I'll believe you. I'm telling you right now. I'll believe you.
You'll say, "Oh, you must have snuffed
what's happening?
Fucking Jew. I'm gonna eat some fucking bagels."
I'll believe you. I promise.
No. You would require 24/7 cameras, and even then, you'll say, "Oh, it was a deep fake. It's a deep fake. There's no way." You're already locked in.
I'll believe you, Timmy. I'll believe you. You start tomorrow. Start tomorrow.
Let's get ready to May I interject really quick? I think that even if you did, the problem is that neither one of you are in the spiritual place to be able to adopt that and actually survive.
How are you're
Well, that's very good.
presuming
That's very good.
spiritual space?
I'm only presuming. Can I say as to why without invoking any anger? And I'm not here to insult anybody. It's just I hear a lot of passion, a lot of
I want the truth.
colorful words, which usually leads to a place of ego and passion. And I found that studying a lot of these monks, especially coming from Orthodoxy, Christian Orthodoxy, that is that there's a humbleness, and that theme seems to go no matter what level of religion we might be speaking about. There's an extreme humbleness with all these people. If we find a common element, there's something about being extremely humble that gives them this other level of dimension, power, so to speak.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, there is that level, right? We're right now on a broadcast in front of my people, and on some level, I want to have a community of other strong men, and yeah, that's of the world, like you're saying, and yeah, I don't at this time want to go out into the Himalayas and just sit there and meditate for the rest of my life. So, I am
you just stay in your house and don't eat no more. You stay
No,
home.
I think where I was going with it, and I'm not being facetious or trying to mess with either one of you guys. I'm actually being very serious.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't think you were. All right, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, look up Alan Savory's work on healing the soil. Anybody out there, look it up.
Are you familiar with Jordan Rubin?
No. What is he about? I'll look him up. I can't see it, Pinu. You have to have your face in there. What does it say?
Turn your dumbass virtual camera or virtual background off, and we can see
The Maker's Diet. Is that what it says? I can't see it.
I'd like to welcome Benton to the stream, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Benton. We also have Svetlana that just has returned. And
What's
Mr.
happening?
Wizard himself. Everybody just decided
Wizard,
to pop in
awesome.
at the same time. So welcome, everybody.
Thank you. And real quick, I'm going to take a break and eat something. I just ended my broadcast. I'm simulcasting over here, so I'll be back in probably about 15, 20 minutes. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Benton.
Sounds good. I want a BLT sandwich with an egg and salt and pepper, and just while
runny
cooking
yolk,
something
runny
up
yolk,
there.
ATW, runny yolk. Make it runny.
It's OTW, not ATW.
Chat LGBLT, please. A large chat LGBLT, please.
Not just
Hilarious.
runny, but you cannot cook the yolk.
Right.
When
Just warm it up.
When you cook the yolk.
Nice stream yesterday with Benton and Lou, by the way. I listened to a bit of that. It was really nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, Benton.
Yeah, when you cook the egg yolk, what you're doing is you're ruining the stem cells that are available in the yolk that allows.
Where's Moose?
Can you let me speak, brother?
Even City Hall gives you 3 minutes.
When you cook the yolk, what you're doing is you're destroying the stem cells that are available. And if you know the research on stem cells, they're the construction of your sugars to proteins, all of your different nutrients that go through your body. Your stem cells in your body allow for the construction of various different types of cells. When you consume the egg cells or the stem cells from eggs of any kind, roe, chickens, even ostriches, emus, whatever kind of egg has stem cells. And those are very important and vital to the nutrient chain. And if you don't understand that, people have been teaching you to eat these eggs all day long, but you cook them. I used to eat raw eggs in prison, and I'm telling you, that's the only reason I gained weight. Once I did that, I lost all that weight. It doesn't matter how much work I do. I was running up and down cornfields. I was working in an oil plant. I was doing all the physical labor, and it didn't matter.
And I guarantee, sorry, Wizard, if you're not done. I guarantee you, some of these yogis in India that haven't eaten for 40 years, every once in a while, when no one's looking, an egg just kind of rolls in behind them, and it just kind of, gets underneath them, and they warm it up a little bit with their cheeks. Nobody's looking, and they just kind of
just gives them a little boost, right?
Yeah,
But
a little boost.
Are we not electromagnetic beings, or are we just sacks of meat, Lou?
We are literally sacks of meat.
Right.
Hey, guys.
Maybe.
This is
I have very bad connection. I hope you
Yeah,
can hear me.
We can hear you, Babushka. We're
I'll
good.
just gonna
But we can't understand you. We can hear you, but we can't really understand you.
No, we can
I
understand.
don't know when you stop talking and when I can squeeze in because I cannot
Now.
hear you. I'm trying not to be rude. I've been kicked out several times today from the show. It's horrible. So I basically want to add eating animals and plants. It's basically it's so against your spirit. Like for 7 years when I was born, for first 7 years I was not physically able to eat meat. But it's you coming energy of our entity, and you can feel it. So I was throwing up for the first 7 years of my life. But after that, it turned over, and basically I got addicted to food. So yeah, it's one of the biggest addictions. When you stop eating and drinking, two things gonna happen. Number one, your body will die, or number two, the matrix will adjust you to consume your own energy.
I'm sorry, miss, but you're roboting like real bad.
It's going to be one of the
You better
things.
correct your.
We gotta.
It's also leave the matrix completely. You can leave the matrix completely, or you can physical level. And I cannot hear you, but eating animals and plants.
Well, that's definitely
you
a
basically
Right, so we don't need a one-way
without the
Nobody wants a one-way monologue.
Yeah, nigga's funny.
Well, if she said she didn't eat for 7 years, we can attribute some of those mental issues to that, I would suggest.
And you also mentioned something about healing the soil. And I don't know if people really comprehend what's going on. I think Lou does because he spoke on it. And what's happening is all of these farmers, these industrial farmers particularly, they're taking all the nutrients out of the soil, but the only thing they're putting back is the nitrates.
It's a plan, Wizard. It's a plan.
Yep. That's to destroy the soil so you cannot grow anything but their seeds, which become dependent upon the nitrates. And your wild edibles are so much dependent upon their neighboring plants and the decay that happens naturally that replaces those nutrients. And they're not allowing that. They plow a field up, they take all of that and turn it under. Okay, that's got all the original nutrients and everything from the first plowing.
And the biome.
Yep, they extract the plants, and that includes that layer of netting. What is that? Psilocybin. A carrier, just like your body has carriers and stuff. That's actually like a neural network of fibers, that psilocybin layer underneath the grasses and everything, and they tear that up. That's one of the most important nutrients in all of the soils everywhere.
And they turn the soil hydrophobic, where it can't even absorb water anymore.
Exactly. And that's the scab on the land. It becomes hard like concrete, and water runs off instead of absorbing through.
And pollutes the lakes and ends polluting the oceans, and then we get these red tides. There's so much tied to all this farming practices that people have no clue. And the vegan industry does not want you to know these things.
You take all those plant fibers out and everything from the product, and what you're doing is you're removing the oil. The dirt has to have those nutrified oils back in it for it to be hydrophobic. Or for it to be able to
hydrophilic, change it back to hydrophilic.
Hydrophilic. Yeah. And in order for the soil to be hydrophilic, it's got to be natural. when you take out the natural nutrients and oils, you're destroying that. It will never come back until you import it back into it. Like he said,
Wizard,
it runs everything
Wizard,
off
is
to
there
the
not?
water channels.
Sorry, Wizard, for interrupting you, but is there not, because you know better than I do, I don't know the Bible that well, but I know that somewhere in the Bible there's a saying, and maybe I'm not saying it correctly, but if you can get the gist of it, somewhere there's a verb or a proverb or something that says that God says that the earth is modest like a virgin, or something to that effect, and it wants to always be covered, right? Because and that's like grasslands, right? People think that, oh, the forest, they're the most important thing. We got to plant trees. The biggest bio organism on the earth is grasslands. It produces more oxygen than any forest that exists. Grasslands. But we're plowing these grasslands up and putting seed oils onto them, seed plants, right? And they don't care that they're destroying the fertility of the soil. It's perfect for their agenda, because then the food that we're eating has no nutrients, no ability to sustain us, and we get sick, and we come and buy their powders, potions, and pills.
And notice almost a lot, not all, but a lot of your fruits no longer have seeds. I'm gonna do my next cancer video, and I'm gonna tell you, eating those apricot seeds, that's one of the things that they tout as being a cancer cure.
Yeah, eating
and I have no problem saying that on here, because it's a comment. And by comment, etymology means it's an invention, fabrication, or fiction, which I'm just repeating from somebody else. So if you want,
but we don't want to get OTW, strict. We got to be careful too.
Eating any fruit without seeds is you're a fucking moron if you knowingly do that. Just straight up.
Well, that's what people want, right? That's what people want.
The convenience of being able to eat something nice and soft and cushion, and not have to deal with chomping down on those hard seeds and pits and ruining their teeth and having to deal with that bitter taste. That bitter taste is good for you. That's what's healing you.
True.
That's where you.
Hey man, you ever bit down on a cherry seed? That thing hurt.
Hard. Yeah. It's hard. But that's what they use. When you talk about Dr. Sebi, those are the kind of nutrients he's talking about. It comes from the herbs and the fruit and nut bearing plants.
But there's also a limit. You can't eat too many seeds, because seeds are designed. Yeah. They're designed also, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of seeds are designed with certain anti-nutrients in them that when they're consumed, right, they're designed to be consumed. A lot of seeds, right. Number one.
3 seeds a day.
But they're designed also,
a day, no more.
They're designed also to be expelled. It's their survival mechanism. So they want to get through the stomach. They get fermented in the stomach, and then the ones that don't get chewed, they get pooed out, and then they have a nice package of fertilizer with the shit, and then they grow out of them. And so you want to be. There's a limit to how many seeds. Let's say.
They're actually
go too far.
Yeah, they actually, almost all seeds have some kind of like what is it?
Phytic acid, and what else is the other one?
Well, they have a cancer causing or not a cancer causing, but cyanide. Some seeds have cyanide at a certain level, like apricot seeds. They have cyanide. Various different seeds have a different kind of actual poison, but they're in such micro amounts that they don't affect you. It's like mushrooms. That's why you microdose mushrooms, because otherwise, if you take too much, you can get hurt. Same with apricot seeds. If you eat too many, you can die. That's got cyanide. So don't sit there and eat a whole bag of apricot seeds. You will die. But 3 a day, that's just
great way to go out. Thank you.
I've been learning a lot about this stuff, folks.
Yeah, seeds are important. Very important.
Yeah.
Some jerk off the other day said it was bro science on one of these streams. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? Anyway, go ahead.
Well, yeah, the
Aren't you from the
difference,
West Coast, Christos?
Wizard, the
What?
difference between the cure and the poisons within the dose, right? And that goes with a lot of things. So it would be really interesting if somebody were to, God forbid, go out in that way, doing something to essentially counteract damages from possibly a life of wrong choices, diet on a dietary level, and etc. By taking the seeds, the B17 and whatnot. And there are a lot of things that have B17, right? A lot of seeds have B17. No, it's just the concentration in the apricot. Am I wrong in that, or?
Well, it's a matter of the balance and the cycles. 2016, a young fellow from college was being hazed in a ritual where he was trying to win a Nintendo Wii, and he drank two plus gallons of water, and he died. Water can kill you. Do you not understand that? Every element on this planet can kill you if you do not keep it in balance. And that's the problem. People want all this sugar. That's not a balance. They want all this manufactured sugar. That's not a balance. They want to eat nothing but fruits. That's not a balance. People want to be vegetarians. It's not a balance.
Water is a solvent. People don't realize it is the strongest solvent in the world.
It goes through everything. You cannot pressurize water. You can pressurize air. Why? Air's got water in it. Because air is weaker. That's why it rises above. Can you break down rock with water? Yeah. How do we know this?
Yes.
Because we do it all the time. And water does it naturally over the years. And there's no pressure. It just runs over the surface and little bits and particles get washed off. That's why water is at the lowest. It sits on the land, but it will go through the water both downward and upward. Downward when it's thawed, upward when things are freezing. When things freeze and it contracts, it puts pressure on the water. You can't compress water. It will break through.
Benton, what's up, Benton? You're not doing your show today?
You already did it.
Just wrapped up. Just wrapped up, sir.
Oh, okay.
Good to see you, Lou.
I missed it.
How are
I was
you?
Here. Good.
Yeah. If you can't beat them, join them. So I'm actually simulcasting through the StreamYard.
Is that a dying fetus shirt or anal cunt? What is that?
It's Sam Hyde. It's a Sam Hyde t-shirt.
Yeah.
It looks like some deathcore, metalcore type of.
That's the theme. Yeah, that would be the theme.
You've seen Sam Hyde's TED Talk, right? I'd assume.
Oh yeah.
Benton or Pineal or I guess anyone here.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yep.
Sam Hyde did a TED Talk.
Oh no, I didn't catch that. I'm fairly new to this character. That's why I wanted to go on Benton's channel so he could give me the lowdown. I'm very out of the loop.
And I'm only asking because I only know this guy as a comedian, right? That's what he is.
Yep. Yeah, he had that TV show a while back. Yeah, it was a total joke, but it was a legit TED Talk though that he was doing. The people.
So it was a legit TED Talk, but it was also a joke.
The college that let him come and do it. Yeah. They thought he was like doing a serious TED Talk. Yeah, exactly.
He was trolling, I guess. Is that what you? That's a good troll there. I don't know who this Sam Hyde is either. OTW, put a picture up.
I had no idea who he was till just a few days ago.
Be a better broadcaster. Put a picture of Sam Hyde up. I don't know. Come on. What kind of broadcaster are you? You sit there like a bump on a log playing with yourself.
And I only know his name because of Benton. That's the only reason why I know his name.
Yeah, I've known him for a little bit. I found him through the TED Talk. He used to have a TV show on Adult Swim that got canceled pretty quickly because of bullshit, cancel culture, and the fucking losers that were behind the scenes pulling the strings, letting shows go or not go. But yeah, he actually had a really successful show that was publicly aired for like one season, and then since then they kind of like blackballed him from, I guess, quote unquote, the industry. But he's been doing his own thing independently for quite a while now, and very successful too. He used to have something called Hide Wars, which was like a podcast spin-off of like InfoWars, Hide Wars. The name was a spin-off, not the whole thing, but yeah, he just did a boxing match recently against some YouTuber. He's hilarious. He's crazy.
A little bit there, bud. I dropped some in the private chat. I don't know if you care, OTW, but it's on the topic of the Sam character.
He looks like
Well,
he
was
wears a
actually
small hat. Does
he
wear
was
a small
banned.
Whatever y'all niggas are into.
He was banned from the Creator Clash boxing event, the first one, because of political reasons.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, see, Rob, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like lots of things happen on the internet and that you have no awareness of for whatever reason. Why is that, by the way?
You're oblivious.
Why is
Rob.
that?
I don't know, man. I don't look for much, man. I just stay in my own little bubble, my own little world.
You're just a slave to the white gorilla. Admit it.
You're stupid.
Yeah, what did I miss yesterday? You guys went on Benton's. I basically took a complete Sunday internet break, so it was pretty fucking amazing. I forgot there was such a thing as like nature and like, fresh oxygen and trees and stuff, so it was pretty awesome.
You saw the sun?
Yeah, you need more of that.
Yeah.
Was it nice? You felt it?
And also less of that stupid ass background.
Is it triggering you, sir? Is it triggering you a bit, sir?
No, it's just retarded.
Is it retarded if it's based in truth, sir?
Mildly retarded.
Mildly. I'll give you that with the demon face thing, but I mean, yeah.
I just don't.
No, but
I guess you just want. I guess you just want to be different and not be like everybody else and have just
I just fucking hate McDonald's, dude. It's like, to me, McDonald's is like the perfect example, and it's just a.
I didn't even know that's what that was. I can't even see that. You always have some meme as your background. And it's retarded because we can't see you, and you're always trying to hold shit up to the camera, and we can't see it because of the dumbass background.
I am trying to be a meme god out here. I do apologize, but I guess I can't be a meme god if I'm not making my own memes and just taking them off the internet. But
we can't.
McDonald's is just one, so it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's just like McDonald's to me is like the big cheese of, the agenda to fucking destroy us. So, it's just like Pfizer or, Johnson and fucking, whatever, in that realm, in the pharma and the hard.
Are you gonna crucify me because I like to get the 2 for $5 breakfast sandwiches?
No. It's to trigger. I guess it's to trigger, because I know there's other people here that eat that shit still. Again, dude, I was eating that shit. I'll admit I ate a lot of McDonald's at one point in my life.
I want the truth.
I ain't gonna cap. That's the only thing I'll get from there, though, is that 2 for $5 breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, dude. Look, I loved fucking McDonald's, bro. And when I was a teenager, I fucking loved. Now, do I blame some of the people in my life that would drive me through the drive-through? I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't help it. Like, I'll take the blame, whatever. I'll take the credit. What's the word?
Responsibility.
Yeah,
responsible.
I didn't have to eat it, but I was young, and I mean, I will say that the people in my life who, whether it was my grandparents or parents or whatever, although I think it was more so my grandparents, but they had a better knowledge of what the fuck was going into this food, food. I mean, if we can really even call it that. We all know how the shit doesn't go bad. You put that shit in a fucking, dude, it's ridiculous. That stuff's not food. It's not food. It's just not.
I think if you took McDonald's back in time, a caveman would not eat it. They would not consider it to be food.
They wouldn't even pick up on the sense that it is food, probably. Like it wouldn't register because like it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It would just look like something like stuff, which is what it is. It's stuff. It's food
Someone
stuff.
should do that experiment.
Oh, come on.
And take
You could
some
smell
McDonald's
20 miles away, man.
I'm not gonna lie, whatever they've concocted into their whatever ends up releasing into the aroma, the vapor, the smell, the smoke aroma, that shit's ridiculous. It's intoxicating.
It's just the smell of fat, and we are fat-seeking machines. That's what humans are. We're fat-seeking machines. So the smell of fat is naturally going to pull us in.
Well, I mean,
but when
sausage, an egg,
when McDonald's started,
and an English muffin.
When McDonald's originally started, they were pretty good. They used to. What made them famous back then was they used to fry their burgers on the flat tops in beef tallow, and their burgers had the best flavor than any other burgers because of that. And then eventually they were, turned into mainstream. And
sorry to interrupt. Every time McDonald's or fast food gets brought up, we have a bunch of people who say, well, I don't ever eat that stuff. But the reality is almost everybody in the so-called truth community eats fast food on something resembling a regular basis. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And I did until my illness. I was absolutely eating fast food some of the time.
So that wasn't that long ago, right?
No, I never claimed that I didn't consume fast food. No.
Well, no, I'm a Johnny come lately when it comes to like your stuff. So I wasn't aware. I was aware of your health issues. Maybe you got it just like a year ago, right?
No, part of which is I can no longer eat any of that stuff. So back to what Wizard was saying about sugar. In some ways I feel better than I ever have because I'm not consuming anything that's junk food or sugar or anything like that. I mean, absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Doesn't that look good?
Oh, I love hamburgers.
It does look good.
Look at that.
If you
I
take
love
the
cheeseburger with bacon. Oh,
take the bread
look at
off
that sesame seed.
I don't fuck with bacon. I don't fuck with bacon.
He don't fuck with bacon.
I don't fuck with pork. No, I don't fuck with pork.
If you take the bread off of that thing, that's a good meal. What you saw. It's the bread that kills it.
For the most part, I don't fuck with pork.
Yeah, man. No.
Why don't you eat pork? What's the reason, Rob? What do you?
Because for the most part, I don't.
Yeah,
but what's the reason? Do you have because you don't like it, or
it's just gross?
It's just gross. You think it has parasites? What's the deal?
Yeah,
culturally, a lot of people don't like pork.
For me, it's just the taste. I don't like how it tastes.
You don't like Italian sausages?
No, he doesn't like.
Yeah, I like sausage. I like
that's pork.
It's because they all curve
like ham. Like ham, I won't eat like ham.
It's because they all curve upwards. That's why he doesn't like sausage.
I don't like
Italian
ham
sausages.
much either, but I do like pork very much. Nothing better than a good, fresh, naturally raised, organic pork chop. Fuck. I can eat it raw.
See, that shit, I don't like pork.
Dude, it's like the one. Not that I'm a biblical, but dude, it's like the one food in the Bible they say is unclean is pork and shellfish, right? And if you take into account, man, I would be interested, like, for you to come on my channel, Lou, and let's watch.
I love me some sea cockroaches.
Hey, look, man, I'm going over to someone's house today. They're making shrimp. I might eat one. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like grilled. If it's grilled well and the poop, it's depooped, because I'm not going to eat it if it's not depooped. Like, you have to devein the shit. If you don't devein your shrimp, you're disgusting. But admittedly, I might not eat it. Like, you won't catch me eating shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, you're
That's
good.
fucking nasty.
You're good, OTW.
I don't get how people could eat shrimp cocktail. But if something's grilled really well,
what do you want me to do on your channel, Pineal? What were you saying?
You're going to come on. We're going to watch Mind Unveiled's video on pork and how it was at some point hybridized, if I'm saying that correctly, to essentially human DNA was crossed with wild boar. And now we have what we now know today as the pig, right? And what they do is they use pig.
I'll watch it with you, but
they
only
use
to
pigs.
laugh at them.
Okay, well, they use pigs for, for one, they use it for obviously for organ transplants, and now they're putting it out in the open now. They're finally putting it out in the open now that it's a thing, which is why they recently had a show. They had a show, I think, in 2022. I don't know if AV is in the chat right now, but he was earlier. He was the one who actually first brought it up several months ago on Hubbard's channel, on the Gematria Effect Dude's channel. that they have this show on Netflix about pig heart transplants, and fast forward to like I think it was 201 days later, they came out in the news with a story about a guy who got a pig heart transplant.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't typically use television or movies as my guideline for reality.
Yeah, none of this is
and gematria.
None of
I'm not even talking about gematria. I'm not even. I just mentioned one number.
Well, I know you're going into it because you're saying the whole 201, and I know all about that, Pineal, and I know all about you.
After a show on Netflix about a pig heart transplant, a guy got a pig heart transplant on the news, and then shortly thereafter he died. But
what network? What network did you say it was on?
What network?
I think it said it was on Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay, so net.
I think the name of the show was
the net part where they catch you in.
You need to use the word documentary. Documentary is what you want to.
He said Netflix.
You're missing
the
Netflix.
Netflix has documentary.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was a documentary though. I think it was a show. It was pre-programming. You know what I mean? What was to come? That's all. It was preemptive programming to what was going to come, which is more organ transplants out in the open from pigs to people that had very negative effects a lot of the time, like this guy who got a heart transplant and died. They're saying it's the first.
Well, you don't think they've been doing shit like that in South America and
oh no,
all
they
these
have
other
been. No, I know they have been. They're just putting it out in the open now. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah,
but if monkeys are so close to our DNA, why aren't they doing it with monkeys?
Who's to say they're not?
Yeah, they probably are trying that. They've been trying that, forever. But
do you guys remember what Dick Gregory said about organ transplants? He said drive-bys in the hood is organ harvesting.
Y'all know could very well be.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dick Gregory said a lot of great things, man.
Well, he also publicized the Zapruder film, lest we forget. He went on TV with some other guy, with Geraldo Rivera in the 70s to show the Zapruder film of the Kennedy assassination for the first time.
He was the original?
The first time anybody ever saw the Zapruder film was Dick Gregory. Some other guy went on with Geraldo Rivera on television in the 70s.
Yeah, and that's wow. That's what we kind of think, because I've heard theories about Dick Gregory that, like a lot of people, like your more obvious Alex Jones types, but that he was put there for a purpose. But I don't know. We can speculate all we want to, but that's interesting. Like, how did he get that? Dick Gregory.
He claims someone sent it to him.
Yeah, I smell shit.
Anything's possible. Yeah, I mean,
probably. Yeah. But again, it's the official fiction. So I always reserve the right.
Dick Gregory also claimed, that he associated with the Beatles, and that John Lennon. I think I could be wrong, but I think he was the first one to say that John Lennon, the Imagine by John Lennon was, an NWO, an homage to the NWO essentially.
What Dick Gregory said, he gave John Lennon the idea for the song Imagine.
Oh, you're right. That's what it was. My bad. Yep. I said that wrong.
Yep. But see, this is where we get into the idea of an info/disinfo agent, which is what Alex Jones is. It's mostly all accurate information, but there's some disinfo mixed in. I think it's the same thing with somebody like Dick Gregory, most likely.
Right. Might even be like 98%. Yeah, like 98% truth,
Yeah, but then everyone's
and redirection, controlled redirection.
Welcome back to the broadcast, OTW News.
What do you think of the show today?
Yeah, okay, good. Having mic problems. Yeah, I've been here the whole time, guys. I've just been, just my camera's been off, that's all.
Well, that was a bit of a joke there, sir. But good to see everybody today, by the way. Good to see you, Lou. Wizard's deep in some kind of conversation. What's up, Rob? Good to see you. Pineal also as well.
Oh, it's good to see you, Benton.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Can you guys fill me in on what I missed from the metaverse yesterday? Benton, I'm sure you broadcasted OTW. I don't know if you did or not, but what did I miss
Apparently, a lot of men are oddly attracted to me, Pineal.
Yeah,
the women of Unslavia. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, I won't go into that. I'll be right back.
A lot of men are attracted to you too, Pineal. Everybody says out of all the people they want to fuck, it's you. They just want to wig. They want to
Jeez.
wig on you.
Good Lord. Is that really what I missed over at the Unslavia compound? Is that?
Oh, you missed
Yep.
most, like the
That's
most
pretty much
important
it.
stuff. Everything that was important happened yesterday, Pineal. You fucking you missed out, man. You should have been on the metaverse, man.
Are you trying to get me to never take a day off
You
meta
picked
again?
the worst day to leave and go
No,
see the
you need
sun.
to take more days off.
And put your feet on the ground and touch the water. You picked the worst day. Everything happened yesterday. They're going to be talking about it for the next 50 years. Yesterday.
You do realize I can just go back and watch the broadcast, right? And then see that you're fucking lying.
No. It was censored. It was taken off. You're fucked. It's too late, man. You're done. It's gone.
Yeah, they deleted the
He
video.
did like 13 hours yesterday.
It was deleted. Sorry, Pineal, you missed it. Sorry, dude.
Fuck you guys. You guys suck.
Don't ever take a day off, man. Don't do that, man. That's dangerous.
Like 13 and a half hours straight.
How? It only goes for 12. You can only do a 12-hour stream. I'm confused.
No, you can keep going. It'll cut it off, though, for the replay.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. So, like, if you go over a little bit, it'll just shave it off. But if you go over a lot, like, I think it's like 13 hours, right? And it'll still shave it down to 11:55 or 12 hours or whatever.
Something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
But after 13
11:55.
hours, after 13, I think you just lose the whole stream or something.
That may be the case. I'm not exactly sure.
It's weird. I have a stream on my channel that's actually 12 hours. It's not 11:55. It's
I was a part of the first 48 with Moose, and I can indeed tell you that it'll keep 11:55.
Really? Even on his 40-hour stream?
Yes.
I remember that stream too. Okay, damn. Because I did a 92-hour stream once, and that just didn't save anything. Damn, who is that? Oh, that's Lou. Never mind. Some nice titties you got there, Lou.
It's the 125-pound guy.
That's where I'm at, basically. I'm around there, 125 probably, I think.
I didn't say 125, bitch. I said fucking 225.
Well, you actually said 125, but we know.
No, you said 125, you bitch.
Yeah.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You did.
Oh, well, then I meant 225. I guess
We
I
knew
fucked
what
up.
you meant.
Oh,
Yeah, it was all
okay.
good.
All right.
All is well.
You kept saying 125. You kept saying 120.
Yeah, you
maybe you had a-
repeated
maybe you
it
had a
more than
stroke.
once.
Fuck
Maybe you had a
you.
stroke.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Come
you did.
And I even said he means kilos, and you still didn't understand.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I
You
mean
said no. I
pound.
meant
I
pound.
mean pound.
You could weigh 125 kilos, for all I know.
Oh my God, what a fucking idiot. I really said that.
I can do that math in my head, even though I'm an American.
Cause I was like, bro, no fucking way. Because I weigh about 155, 160.
But none of you said, did you say 125?
We did, yeah.
or
You
225?
thought you said 225. That was the problem. So you just argued with us, I think.
See,
Okay,
you
well,
don't
I
even
am
watch the thoughts that are going into your mind and then after coming out of your mouth.
He was
No,
thinking
I
about
just-
Filter
cheeseburgers.
beforehand.
No, it's just
Yeah.
because I'm mentally retarded. That's all.
Hey, Weezy! Are you right,
You know what?
Weezy?
We know your mind is on this all the time.
That does look
It's always
delicious,
on
but
this.
McDonald's version of that does not look delicious. That looks
Oh.
like an actual hamburger. Yeah, from a
See, and that's the
restaurant.
thing,
An
right, is
actual
like the-
hamburger from a restaurant is delicious, obviously.
And that's true. Everything on that meal would be fantastic if you got rid of the bread. The bread is the most damaging agent on that burger.
Although that did look like American cheese, which is not actually cheese, as we all know.
Oh, that reminds me what you just said about not real cheese. When I was working the program, people used to donate food sometimes, right? Like even companies and stuff would donate food. And this company donated this cheese once. And it was this block of cheddar. And the guys used to freak out when that cheddar would come out. It wouldn't melt. There was something it was not real. I don't know what it was. And we ended up throwing it out because they tried to melt it on bread and it wouldn't even melt. It was like a fucking lump of something. I think it came from the military or something. I don't know. But it was weird. fake cheese. A little story for you, OTW.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Mr. 76er there. You could literally go away for 30 days without internet and come back and almost the same exact shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of ways. So like, how do we move this conversation forward, right?
That's not true. Don't fucking believe that shit. Pineal, you fucking missed the most important day. It was yesterday.
Fuck you, Lou. Fuck you. You're a bastard. Hey, Lou, I want to say I appreciate your offer, sir, and I am considering it. I had another.
I didn't know whether you saw that or not. I sent you an email. I said if you want one of those phones, I'll send them to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you email me back?
I don't think so.
Well, then fuck you. Then I'm keeping them.
Unless I did. Wait, is it Lou? Is it your name at Gmail?
It's Lou Bass 63. I'm not doing the rest.
Okay. Yeah, let me check. Hold on.
At gmail.com.
Oh, fuck off. No, it's not. Actually, no, it's not.
All right. Why don't you just,
I don't want a million emails. I don't even look at my emails. Then I'm going to have a full fucking thing. When
I don't think anyone would. To be fair, I get it. I get that. I don't blame you. But at the same time, I don't think anyone's going to flood your email. But if you want to leave it for me in the private chat, I already remember what you said. So you could just leave the email address. I mean, the email.
The vegans would do it just to fuck me up.
I mean, Lou, I've been vegan before, right? And where I'm at right now and where I've been at for a while is just, I'm kind of just I'm open-minded, right? And I don't want to say a flexitarian, but I guess for lack, if I had to pick a a name, I guess, yeah, flexitarian. I'm flexible. I don't think I'm ever gonna, I'm never gonna, I mean, I don't want to say never, but I don't think in my lifetime I'm ever gonna try carnivorism. I don't see that anything close to that as, you know what I mean? I barely eat meat as it is. And
you do you, bro. You do you. I'm not telling you what you have to eat.
No, I know. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I find that carnivores oftentimes are just as bad as, what how you see, how the way you envision vegans, that they're just these extremists.
The dogmatic ones, yes.
Right.
Some of them are so fucked in the head. Like they're just like so dogmatic. So they won't even eat a fruit. Yeah. Like fuck off. I don't have any problem with eating fruits and vegetables.
That to me is insane,
It's more
like there's these carnivores who think that vegans all you can eat, you know what I mean? All you can eat is fucking you know what I mean, processed grains. It's like, no, you can literally eat anything at all that isn't an animal, really, or that comes from an animal. Anything. Whereas a carnivore, I mean, what can a carnivore eat? Meat. I mean, it's like all you can eat is fucking meat.
No, there's a lot of variety in that too, but it is more restricting. But there's eggs, there's milk, there's cheese, there's butter.
Well, there's different types, right? There's lactose.
There's lots of different types of meats. There's fish. There's ruminant animals. There's fowl. There's so many different things that you can vary.
Right.
But
in reality, they're both not limiting. They're not very limiting, I guess, in that regard. But which one honestly has, not that it's a competition, but if you had to pick one, which one has more variety?
I would definitely say the vegan diet is more variety. Definitely. It's much harder to follow the carnivore.
Not that it's about variety. It's, but it does play a factor. In my opinion, it does play a factor into getting a more diverse experience through the palate, through just the whole experience of eating day to day. I mean, you literally got fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, beans, legumes. It's like herbs, spices, tubers, roots, shoots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Grasses. It keeps going and going. So.
You're definitely right, Pineal. Sorry, but Benton wanted to say something. Go ahead, Benton.
Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Well, what we're not addressing is that the main thing about carnivore for people that switch to it is they're getting off of processed foods, whereas people can technically be vegan and eat a lot of garbage processed crap. That's the big difference I see.
Yes, but it definitely is more varied, the vegan diet or the vegetarian diet.
But one can also take credit for eating healthy while eating garbage. If somebody actually adheres to carnivore, they're not eating garbage.
Right.
That's the difference I see. It's mainly just don't eat the processed food and just do whatever you want is the way I look at it. but discontinue the processed food.
That's that rule of thumb would do wonders. Yeah, just that alone.
And limit I would say also to include into that, it would be to limit the amount of grains to a minimal, and any grains that you do eat, you have to make sure that they're processed correctly. Even like bread and stuff in the past was made a lot differently. So a lot of times, mainly sometimes because they just didn't have any other ways, but sometimes the grain was sprouted, then fermented, then dried, and then ground. And then used natural leavens, not these fake yeasts and shit that they're used. They're processed yeast and stuff. So bread can be made in a more sustainable way that has less anti-nutrients in it. And that's something Vincent A. Price gets into a lot, how to deal with grains that are less damaging to the human body, because grains are one of the most damaging thing to us. So that's all I would add to that. But getting rid of processed stuff, that's a big bingo, in my view. You walk into a grocery store these days.
Anybody else?
Yep.
I was curious to know if anyone's familiar with, have you ever seen like this Annette Larkins woman, or these people from the Game Changers documentary, or obviously the Game Changers was questionable. Anything on Netflix is, obviously, but like a lot of the argument with the Game Changers is like, yeah, okay, so-and-so, Nami Delgado, or, the ox guy who literally looks like a fucking ox in human flesh. These people eat 7 meals a day, so it's like, or whatever, 5 meals a day. So I get that argument that it's a lot more, I don't want it to be a dietary conversation.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. My son's here. I gotta go. I want to see him. I haven't seen him in a while.
All right, brother.
All right, tell John we said hey, man.
All right, man.
Okay.
See you around the
Have
best.
you talked to my son before?
All right, we got 62.
Once.
Oh, good. Okay.
I think on the panel.
Viewers.
We got 62 people watching right now. Make sure to hit that like button.
Beautiful.
That's what I said, man. Hit that like button and share this out. Like, share, subscribe to over at, I'll give you the names of the channels that are presently linked to OTW News right now. We got Larry James, who is linked to OTW News, has one people watching. Both Moose channels are linked here, but nobody's watching. We got Pineal Power Podcast, got 14 people over there. And we got 12 people over on Benton's channel. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And make sure to hit that like button. And if anybody over on those other two channels would like to support OTW News, please make sure to come on over here and hit the support button link that we have linked at the top of live chat and also in description, where you guys can go ahead and buy a coffee for OTW News and help us and the channel be supported and able to bring you this great broadcast 8 hours a day, every day of the week. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And on with the show, guys. Your thoughts? I guess not.
Just happy to be here.
Is there lag? All right.
Happy to be here.
So it's been an awesome show up until now. It's been like a crazy conversation. Like every other show, it's been pretty epic. It's been going like from one subject to another. Very passionate guys. You guys are always awesome when you're bringing in the information. Challenging each other's beliefs and or knowledge. So say what? Oh, somebody's breaking up really badly.
I heard a little bit of the homeless stuff from earlier in the broadcast, so I went on a long diatribe over on my channel about because I actually studied homelessness directly for almost a decade, so I would consider myself an expert on the topic. So I hear a lot of misinformation about the homeless topic.
Well, and being homeless yourself.
Well, what I mean, but I'm also but I didn't. When I mean. I don't mean I know about it because I'm homeless. I mean I'm an anthropologist.
Well,
wait a minute, let me finish. Yes, I'm an anthropologist, and I lived with the homeless people. It's like Jane Goodall with the gorillas.
Well, and if you think about it again, that term, homeless,
Yes,
you really aren't. You cannot be.
Yes, I can. I was homeless. I identify as a homeless person.
Okay,
Absolutely.
interrupt me without letting me say my piece, right? Okay.
Well, my apologies,
if
Wizard.
you think about homeless,
I've thought about it a lot.
If you think about homeless in the sense of spirituality, you cannot be homeless. You live in this world, but are not of this world. This is your home while you're here. And you have to realize that before you go placating to this societal, this commercial society of this box. This box is not a home. It's a prison.
I agree, actually. And that's,
okay,
in fact,
thank you.
And I apologize for interrupting, sir. But yes, I agree with you. Yes. Yes. And in fact, that's one of the reasons why I chose to leave the box, because I did begin to view it more and more as a prison. So well said, Wizard. I should have trusted you to go in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, Provo and I just discussed this as well as the feng shui. You know, he thinks I should have this aspect of feng shui in this box. Yet when you look in this box, it goes against his grain. And according to him, I'm not his kind of people because I don't practice feng shui in a box.
Yeah.
Okay. My feng shui is out there, and I've said it many times. I don't want to be doing this. You're going to see me disappear slowly over time as I go back to her. You know, that's my home. I even did a video 6 years ago up in the mountains on the Appalachian Trail about homeless. You can't be homeless. This is the most glorifying home we could have in this physical being, and yet everybody confines themselves. You imprison yourself, period.
Yep.
And you do it because you believe everybody else's terms, like homeless.
I agree. I agree with that. Yes.
How can you be homeless? Intent. Think about that. Intent. Your intent is in his tent. This is his tent for you. That's what your intent should be, because that's his will. You are in this world to help this world, not destroy it. Destroying it is by calling yourself homeless because you don't have a box that somebody else made for you. He made you a world that you can live anywhere you want as long as you find shelter. And it's all over the place. Why do you think they call this fucking monkeys in caves troglodytes? Because that's where we started. We didn't start out in this world building things. We started out by hibernating in the caves, just like bears and shit. That's how natural we are in reality. But here we are following this manual setup. Go ahead, Provo. Keep pushing. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, this feng shui that you think is the fictional feng shui of living in a box. And then you have to have the outside brought in some kind of colorful or natural order to make you feel comfortable in the box. Get out of the box. I yield.
Yeah, well said. Well said. But as we know, homeless does certainly have a specific connotation. But I agree with you philosophically. Absolutely. Certainly. Yeah. And I don't even want to really live in a house permanently myself. I see it as a death.
Yeah.
I literally view it as death.
That negative connotation you're talking about is the same thing I call keeping up with the Joneses. Because if you don't keep up with the Joneses, it doesn't matter if you got a home or not. You're still not keeping up with the Joneses. So now you far surpassed being homeless. Now you got a home, but you still got to keep up. What the fuck is that? Fuck you and your feng shui.
Well, and I think that's the fake Provo, just for the record. But
oh, I'm sure.
Did Rob?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's Provo's a nighttime guy. I don't see him on the morning shows too much, so I'm sure you're right.
I'm here, Benton. What's up?
Well, and real quick, I want to apologize to Rob because sometimes I do get a little bit ahead of a steam going, and I end up snapping at people and don't really mean to. So my apologies, Rob.
No, you good, bro, man. You good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't do any kind of weird dark humor, dark comedy bit, because it might most people might not get it, and they might actually think you were serious, and then you might end up going in like hiding, or not hiding, but you might just fuck around and take a break from the metaverse for a month. But yo, you know what's crazy? I know where the source and inspiration for his bit came from. I literally rewatched one of my Saturday night live streams, and John Vance. I oddly enough, it came from John Vance. Whether Mr. Mazzio realizes it or not, he literally said, "You know, what would be the most epic, stream or the most epic, bit that someone could do is like if he told everyone to go." It was literally John Vance's idea, and then I'm trying to remember who corroborated, who sympathized with that, or who agreed with the idea. I got to go back and watch it again, but I have the clip. I'm going to replay it because it's definitely where the inspiration came for Mr. Mazzio to do the whole thing. It's obvious because it was literally the night or 2 nights before, and it was the best stream I've ever had. It would be over 1,000, well over 1,000 views if it didn't get throttled. It was around 900, and then they set it back. They rolled back like 100 plus views, and now it just sits around like 800. But anyway, so it was the stream where Paul came on and then opened the floodgates of his channel, and yeah. So I gotta replay that. But honestly, the whole Z thing, I think he's had his time away. I think he needs to get back up here. He's probably listening right now. So if you are listening, sir, it's time. It's time. I think you've had a good enough break. You've got enough.
He was watching last night. He was watching Paul last night.
Oh, you saw him in the chat?
I think. Yeah.
You sure it wasn't? You sure it wasn't Jesus?
Well, usually if you want Z to come on the show, usually what you have to do is you put his name in the title, and usually that summons him to the show. So all I have to do is change the title name and put his name in the title and say Zetetic Exposed or something like that.
I don't know. He'd be silently watching.
And then I have I'd lower a trap for him, and he'd come up here just so we get him here to.
Like somebody will say something bad or like will mention him, and then all of a sudden you'll see his name in the chat. So it's like I know he'd be silently watching.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. So.
Well, and real quick, this thing about Wizard being provoked, I can say this. I prefer direct communication, so I would rather be talked to like that, to be honest with you. That doesn't offend me at all. I like when people just say it like it is, because he was right. I wasn't trusting him to go in the right direction. So to me, that's the effective way to communicate versus beating around the bush or, being indirect.
Yeah, and what is provoked? Provoked. PRO for future, VO as in vocal. You're expecting me to act in a certain way, and just because it seems like I'm angry doesn't mean I'm angry. And again, in case you missed it, anything written or spoken in the form of comment is already known to be an invention, fabrication, or fiction. So how do you suppose you're going to provoke me on something that's not true, that I already know is not true, no matter how you state it? Think. I get provoked by my own will. That's what wants to overtake his will. That's what provokes me, not you. You're weak when it comes to that. I have more power than everybody in my little pinky when it comes to me. It's like Paul. Ain't no one in this world going to tell me or make me to do anything. Been like that for a long time. You reach across my tray and grab a biscuit like you think you're my boss and you can just do so? You walk up to me with a shovel in your hand threatening to knock me out? What makes you think just because you got a gun on your side or that you pose you have some kind of authority that you can make me do something? Ain't nobody, even my own moms and dads, all of them, ain't never been able to make me do anything. People really need to start waking up and think about what they're really doing. Is it your decision or someone else's? Because if you're blaming it on someone else, you're the fault. It's your fault and you don't realize it. You're the one that does everything. Just because you placate somebody else, provoke you, that's bullshit. What happened is you took over your own will and decided to do what you wanted to do out of fear. I yield. But yes, conversations are good to have if they go back and forth. I yield.
Yeah, amen. I am curious what Mr. OTW News would like to get into. What is your real name, sir? I know you said it before. Patrick.
Patrick.
Right on.
In Greek, it's Patrokle, and in French, it's Patrick. You know.
And etymology is trick.
Yeah. The trick of the paw.
There you go. Yeah, what are you thinking, sir? It's first day of the week. Got 4 more shows yet to come.
Yes,
Looking
sir.
forward to it.
Oh yeah, I am too. Actually, I've been having a great time this Grand Rising show number 14. It's been a great start off for the week. And I actually was thinking, then I was wondering if the public was enjoying the show actually, and I was hoping that everything was running smoothly, and you gentlemen here are deep in the conversation. Wizard is on fire. I mean, this is actually really good, good stuff, good information. Like I like to mention the new intro, and I was wondering. Here's a question to answer your question. What did you think of the intro there, Benton?
I like the intro. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw the premiere of the intro actually when you premiered it. So yeah, good job. I like all that stuff. Production, a little production goes the long way. I don't do so much of that myself, but perhaps I will be inspired to also follow suit.
Yeah, I try to make it the most interactive as possible, and I think I have to thank Paul a little bit for inspiring me on that side, because he does do that. He makes it interactive, brings in little clips and things and make it funny. So, I decided to do it in my own fashion, not exactly do like him, but do it in my own way. And so I actually enjoy it myself, have a lot of fun. And at the same time, I learn a lot, especially when they go into topics that are informative, because, informative information is always good for the show. And that's my new slogan, by the way. Yeah, OTW is the place to get the informative information. What do you think?
Yeah, branding. You got to have a little bit of branding, right? Yeah, you need some branding. Well, and I did notice, when you started the broadcast, unfortunately I have no choice but to go live at the same time as you because of the hours I'm keeping here in the motel, but I'd prefer to go live much earlier. However, I noticed initially, if I was live, then your broadcast wouldn't go beyond a certain number. But today it was more or less equal. And then actually you were pulling ahead. So I said, man, I better shut mine down and go over there. That's obviously the place to be. So that's exactly what I did. So I see progress, definitely.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try and keep
it's just going to get bigger and bigger, I think.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to try and keep it consistent, because I think that's what the people like. As long as I'm here every single day at the right time and the same length of time, like I'm going to be planning on shutting it down in about 37 minutes. So it gives the people a kind of a framework where they can actually, trust in the fact that the channel is here and that they can depend on it, whether they're going at work or waking up in the morning, or it's just kind of place like to come back like an internet home or something. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the the morning show, guys. This is the real morning show. It's the Grand Rising show, everybody. So even if you go to any other morning show, you'll never be as well served as when you come over here to OTW News, because this is the #1 Grand Rising show on YouTube, and I expect it to go a lot further. So it's just as long as everybody watching right now hits that like button, shares this out to everybody, subs if they're not sub, and go ahead and do the same with all the guys that are on panel. I mean, Wizard's got an awesome channel. Go check him out. We got Mr. Benton with us this morning. Go check him out. It's got an awesome channel. Mods, make sure to go link those channels in chat while you guys have nothing to do and are my faithful servants. Thank you very much. So, and we also have Mr. Rob Cleveland, who also has.
Don't worry about my channel. I'm not a broadcaster, and I ain't trying to be a broadcaster. So don't worry about my channel.
But he is an awesome guest and gives his very valued perspective on things. So he's always a valued member on the panels. And so thank you very much for being here, Rob. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You gentlemen. Thank you, sirs, for being here. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody that's watching. Thank you, and thank you. I yield.
So my connection starts going to crap every day right about this time, and Friday I'm leaving this area and going elsewhere. So hopefully that will clear up. So I might make this my final words. And back to your point about the morning show and this and that, with respect to that, me and Drew, Chalk Body Outline have been talking for a long time about eventually we would like to see just more or less 24-hour live streams where we all kind of roughly know, when to end our show to sort of go into the next show. And in fact, you may be aware that YouTube has a feature where when you end your broadcast, you can it'll just shoot your viewers directly into another live stream. Drew's been able to do it a couple of times. I haven't quite figured out how to do it. So, I would like to see some version of when I'm more doing my thing, I would like to do 2 to 3 hours and just end right as you're starting, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And it's one of the reasons why I chose like this time frame, because it's Paul gets a lot of viewers, and it's not that I want Paul's viewers or anything, but I figured, a lot of people direct their attention to Paul when he's live. So I figured, maybe if I do the morning show, but I've been doing the morning show for a long time. I just wasn't consistent at it. I started I think a few months ago, I started the Grand Rising show. But now I've just actually been consistent at it and doing it every day of the week. So, yeah.
And do you think, is it more or less the same start time? It was 6 a.m. my time is when you started today. Is that pretty close, or are you leaving room to adjust it?
No, that's 6 a.m. my time, actually.
Oh, great. And that's normally, unless you have a reason, I'm assuming that's about the time. Or is that hard?
Exactly. Unless if I wake up late or I'm really occupied in the morning, I have to take care of something real quick before I go to the store and get milk. I don't know. It all depends, but usually I'm supposed to be on at 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. every single day of the week.
Yeah, right on. And eventually, especially if I go back to truck driving, I can probably hit that 2 to 6 a.m. pretty much every day. So I think eventually, like I'm saying, almost 24 hours a day that people would know that, hey, there's a broadcast that's for them, something that they would be, interested in. And with that, I'm going to bid you folks adieu. Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it. Good to see. I see Wizard and Pineal are involved in text chatting. So I'll trust that they hear me say bye to them, and shout out to the chat as always. And I'll see y'all probably tomorrow, most likely.
Peace, brother Ben.
Thank you, Benton. Peace, man.
Indeed.
Yeah, Provo's down there trying to give me hack about my background. He says it's not clean. It gets clean plenty. Just because it doesn't fit your form of feng shui, obsessive compulsive, doesn't matter. You're not living here in your business, and all your comments are nothing but fabrications, invention, fiction anyway. So keep on. It still doesn't matter. Unless it matters to somebody else that doesn't live here. And that would only be a matter of somebody else wanting to control my life again, right, Provo?
What's this? What? Welcome to the stream.
What it is.
You're muted.
I think the first one to smile like that.
Hi.
Welcome to the stream. Hi. Nice
You look
dog.
so familiar.
What's up? I'm here at work.
What up?
Oh,
with the pups, with the pets?
Yes. Oh my God.
Do they care that? Do they care if you're on a stream? Would you get in trouble if you're no?
I'm on lunch right now.
Oh, okay.
In good
company,
these are my
friends.
Thanks.
Wizard and Patrick. This is my friend Savannah. My friend's ex.
Man, you know what? Why do you, Sean? Why?
Yeah, this is just your friend. Fuck all the rest.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't need to elaborate and tell the whole story, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Jesus, Pineal. You don't know how to read women, man. You got
before
we're gonna have to show you, dude.
Before she was I guess she was always my friend from the get-go, so yeah, it doesn't need but this certain friend I've tried to bring on to Paul's channel. I've tried to bring on to my channel. Not very. I mean, I haven't really tried that hard. I've told them a couple times about it and that they should come on, and they haven't. So, but from what I comprehend, they're doing pretty well right now. They got themselves sober, so I'm glad to hear that if that's true. Yeah.
You know.
And I really care. I really care about this person. And in case they are listening, I think they know this. It doesn't even need to be said, but just as a reminder.
They're not. Their phone is getting fixed, and they haven't even gone to pick it up yet. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well.
But however you feel, you should write it. You should definitely write it, and like tuck it away for a later date. You know what I'm saying? Keep going back.
Now you sound like Manel, who's also in my chat. I told you this the other day.
Like just every day, like if you have something that you feel like, you know, they wish they knew, like you wish they knew how you felt or whatever, just go back to the letter and just keep writing down how you feel. And then eventually when the time is right, you can give it to them.
Yeah, it's called journaling. Surprisingly enough.
Yo, weird wizard. It was so quick to snap. What is that?
Everybody up.
See it. What is that?
I got this book and I never write in it.
Hi, Neil. Hi, Neil. When you show something on screen, you got to take off your background, man. Nobody sees what you're showing.
No, if you shake it a little bit, you can. It's just a journal, man.
That's him and his grandma.
Yee, being the OG. But yeah, no, I got that as a gift, and I haven't written in it in weeks. But I was doing pretty good for the first couple months of the year, and then the last like 3 weeks, I don't think I've written anything in it. But yeah. Anyway, so you know what? You just inspired me to eat a piece of that cookie you gave me. So I'm going to eat a little piece. Small, very small piece. You're muted.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
You eat the whole cookie. You probably had like maybe 2 when you took a bite out of it. That one cookie is only 10 milligrams. You need to eat the whole thing.
I'm a medicinal man.
Oh my god, hold on, wait. Are you microdosing on a fucking edible?
I'm microdosing on an edible. Why not?
I want the truth.
Yo,
the truth is that microdosing is the answer.
If everybody on this live stream just dropped like 1/8 of shrooms and then we
come on, wizard. He's got the
all
fucking
have a conversation.
I'm gonna microdose. I'm just gonna lick it.
I mean, now you might as well eat it, I guess.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Has anybody ever done, like, except for Pineal, Sean, because I know he hasn't tried it, I don't think, but has anybody done RSO oil, like the Rick Simpson oil?
Yeah, top right.
Okay, so
I haven't.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm freezing little like pebbles of it and like dropping them so that they're easier to swallow. That's what it says on the packaging, to like freeze it and then take it.
That shit sounds like a fortune to me, man.
How, like, let's say I haven't eaten anything and I want to just feel it, like take them and like, how long does it usually take for you to feel the effects of RSO oil? Like RSO
depends on what kind you get, what strain and everything. Because if you get the RSO that's supposed to make you high, you should feel it pretty much short right after. If you get the CBD stuff that's supposed to help your body and stuff, you're not going to feel it.
Yeah, no, this is like indica. This is like indica RSO oil. So I don't know. I did a little bit of it and maybe it did make me so high that I just fell asleep. But it was just like I wanna actually just do it. Like not smoke before anything, like just do it and see how I feel. Yeah. Yeah, look at all the dogs that
they're telling you to dose by a rice seed.
Yeah, but I did way more than a rice seed.
I do about 1 gram a day all at once.
Really? And you just eat it? Oh. I heard it gets all up in your teeth and gums and shit and it's like you'll taste that the rest of the day.
Yeah, if you swish it around, you just put it on your tongue, roll your tongue back and swallow it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lit gang.
That
John,
shit's so expensive, man. I just my gosh, dude. When Wiz I think Wiz mentioned how much it was, I was like, what in the fucking world, dude?
Of yours, Wizard.
Huh?
How much was that like big ass tube of yours that you have?
I got 6 of them. It was $300 a piece. $1,800
For that oil? Yo, they're selling a gram of that shit for $50.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be $500.
Oh shit.
There's
But
10.
got,
10 units.
Because you got a.
That's a big, thick syringe. Like that's thick, so it has a lot.
Yeah, yours are like this.
Yep, little. Actually, smaller than that. Like it's actually smaller than that. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've tried RSO. I probably have at some point.
You guys want to see dogs that are homosexual? Just throwing it out there.
No.
Wait, where are they?
I don't know if we're allowed to. That we might get shut down for that. I don't know. What do you think?
Dog fight. Like a dog fight.
I want to show Wiz's bag there.
This is
Put
the
it
only
on
thing.
screen again. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Comes with 6 vials.
What the fuck? That's insane.
Wow, that's insane,
dude. What in the world? What in the world? I hope that's a fucking at least an annual supply right there.
Facts. Like honestly, it took me over a month to even do the RSO oil I had, and all I had was a gram. It took me a fucking month. Like it's still sitting in the freezer.
Yeah, it should last you about a year on about a half a gram a day. I'm taking a gram because I've got lung cancer. But once the lung cancer is gone, I'll drop back to half a gram a day.
Hey man, God bless you on that. I don't know if you believe in God, but hopefully things go well with that.
Hallelujah.
Hey, there we go.
Hallelujah.
You're asking the right man.
What was I gonna say about actually they say you can rub it on anything, like a scar or where you feel pain, but let's say you actually have a scar, how does it actually work, or is that just a waste of time?
Chicken.
I'll show you something to work.
Okay, cool.
All right, while you're gone there, Wizard, Thunder Chicken just decided to pop in and join us and grace us with his presence. Good day, sir, and welcome to the stream.
Hey, how y'all doing today? Anytime there's some cannabis talk, I love to jump in.
How's your crop going, man?
Like the thing with RSO is it's going good. It's another 6 weeks before planting here. We got it's Michigan. We don't plant till like June 1st here. But I got all the indoor going. I'm taking clones, popping seeds. Y'all hear me?
Yes. So what would you sell something for 10 units of this?
10. What is it measured in grams? I just do mine 10 a gram across the board because it's medical. I'm just trying to help people. And
so you would only charge 100 for this?
Down, cat. Yeah, cat attacked me.
100 for that?
Yeah. Then I grow my own. See, there's no middleman. I'm wholesale. I do it all myself. I grow it myself. I make it myself. Get down, cat.
Let's go.
Now,
fuck these.
Real quick here, Thunder Chicken, if I could, to finish up with what it is. Instead of putting RSO on your skin, this is tree resin, pine tree resin. Now, this particular part here, you'll notice it's got a straw in it. This operates just like a bong. And what you do is you breathe in, and it's going to aerate, and it's going to cause this to diffuse, and you're going to get some oil in your lungs.
So you can do that with, essential oil too, or or a mixture of the two. Yeah, I gotta try that.
Pine resin vapor.
Tree resin is a natural cure for many things: gout, indigestion, skin rashes, sores, everything. Tooth. You got a tooth problem, put a drop on it. Ear infection, throw a couple drops.
What about heart failure?
That'll help. That'll help the vessels become limber and elastic, and it'll help prevent that shit from building up on the vessels. Telling you, get back to nature.
Absolutely. And that gives you another interesting observation, like all the Egyptian and Sumerian depictions of a pine cone, how it's similar to the pineal gland. And just pine resin in general, that's what turpentine is. It's distilled pine spirits. This is known for killing all number of parasites and internal gut problems and stuff. Many great things from the pine.
I want to try to do it for I want to try to do it for like at least 72 hours, but all I want to be ingest into my body is like pure cucumber water. Legit. Like you just take cucumbers and fucking what's it called? Juice them and yeah, try to do it for 3 days and see if I can continue it for like a week. I heard after like 30 days doing that shit, people on YouTube, they're just talking about how they feel and how it's changed them for like better. And it's just insane, like, the benefit, like, what it does for you. So I want to try that.
I was showing you here a masticating juicer is the way you want to go when you're juicing, like it's part of the Gerson method. Like a lot of people are treating various forms of cancers with masticating juicer, and this is just the part. It has a screw that forces it through this, so you're separating out just pulp and juice without killing enzymes and stuff. But like a lot of that's like you're putting lettuce, celery, carrots, put cucumbers through it. I haven't done cucumbers yet. I do beets and celeries and carrots.
Yeah, the beets are really good.
But yeah, that's just the best way to bypassing the fiber of the plant, which slows down the digestion system, and just getting the living essence of the plant, fresh, organic, juiced.
If I can find a way to get up the same flavor as this V8 through the masticator, I'm going to do it. This stuff tastes so good.
Have you?
How much added sugar? How much sugar per cup?
There's like chemist or something like that, and he teaches you how to make like organic Red Bull. Like he takes all the ingredients that are in Red Bull and like shows you how to make Red Bull. Like, and it's like it tastes exactly right like Red Bull, but without all like the nasty shit that they actually put in there.
Fun fact: most energy drinks contain taurine, especially Red Bull, and taurine comes from bull semen.
Buffalo bulls, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, they think they actually take the jizz of the fucking bull and like put it in Red Bull, and that's no.
No, they dehydrate it first.
They're putting shit in everything. Taurine and the other
helps
stuff.
eyesight too. It helps eyesight.
It helps what?
Interesting facts. Helps eyesight.
Oh.
Yes, taurine will help your eyesight.
So, let's ask everybody what's their favorite energy drink, if you do drink energy drinks.
Rishi and chaga.
Okay.
I've got some chaga.
Okay.
Both powder, normal chaga ground up, and the capsule form.
Oh, has
I'm a monster drinker.
Has anybody tried that mud water stuff?
I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard good things.
You've heard good things of mud water? Okay.
From what I understand about it, it's a few different mushrooms. I think like lion's mane, cordyceps, turkey tail. But
all natural,
the fulvic acids are what make it bioavailable to the system and why it's so effective.
Okay.
And that's why I did a video on my cancer here not too long ago, and I explained I did an uptake in the folic acids because of that.
Black pepper is actually good for that too. Like that's why they put black pepper in like a lot of animal like supplements, because it actually allows their body to absorb it like 60%.
Yep.
Pretty lit.
Yes. All things dosage is important in everything. Too much black pepper will foul up the liver.
Yeah. Well, I got like 5 more minutes. So I got to clock back in. But Sean, so yep, bro.
I would be interested in trying it. It's just the fucking price, you know. I've always been someone who, as far as like smoke, right? Like I just want some good tree that I ideally is chemical free. I shouldn't say chemical free, pesticide, herbicide free, unless it's herb oil, pesticide. You know, thyme oil, oregano oil, that's pesticide. So as far as I'm concerned, that suffices. That does just fine for an herbicide, pesticide, fungicide.
This is sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, like, I've been working in the cannabis industry in Michigan for about 10 years now, and I know, like, a lot of the ways they cut corners. Like, there's FDA-approved pesticides and fungicides. You know, it's all backdoor shady deals, in my opinion. But, like, there's plenty of other organic substitutes. Like, what I use in my IPM, Integrated Pest Management, is garlic and onion powder. Soak it in water overnight, and that's an irritant for bugs. And I'll use Bronner's peppermint soap sometimes in the vegetative state. If you get mildew, 25% milk, the enzymes in milk kills mildew and mold on contact, and wash it off in the rain. Yeah, there's many ways, and that's the way the dispensary weeds, the way the testing works. It's cherry picked. So like if you got a whole plant, like you're gonna have more potency at the top of the plant than the bottom. So they'll pick the best part of the plant and send that out for testing, and then it's legit for whatever the crop is. So you could go to the dispensary and test 10 different things, and I guarantee you're going to get 10 different results.
So why do they sell in dispensaries, especially like the ones in Florida? Like I'll just put a name out there,
True Leave
or whatever. Like they're like the main people. Why do they? Why like what is it that they're grinding up and selling to you that they can charge you $25 for 7 grams of something? Like that must be a bunch of like different.
Well, you figure if they're including the trimmings and even stems and shit, then and that's probably the case. So, and it's not the same quality. Although I've seen how like it'll be the same strain and the budding will be double the price, and that does make me question like double the price.
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
That's exactly what Thunder Chicken was saying. Was like what they're doing is they're taking the best part of the plant, like the best buds, all of that. They're taking it, they're sending it out for testing. Bam, it comes back 24%. Is anyone there?
Yeah. He's just moving on. Yeah.
Oh, and it's like it'll come back like 24%. So now they're like, oh, okay, well, this is gonna be $50, for an eighth. And then they say, here's the same strain, but it's the very bottom of the plant, all the fucking trimmings, all that shit. We'll shove it into a 7-gram thing. We've grinded it up for your convenience, and then now it's only $25. Like you got to be fucking kidding me.
It's questionable at the least, but
yeah, super questionable. And I noticed that when I was smoking it, like versus smoking like the real bud, I was like it was burning my throat. It was not tasting the same. It tasted so weird. Like I saw a lot of the stems and broken up stems. Nasty.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're who knows, mixing the fucking Delta 8, Delta 10, all that kind of shit into it, and
oh my god, what these dogs are doing. Look at this.
Maximizing profit. Yeah, ew.
These dogs are just 69ing.
We're gonna get dog porn bombed. We're gonna get pet porn bombed.
No, you're not. No, that was funny. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, like just if you see me calling, okay, I'm talking to you, Chon. If you see me calling, you know what I'm saying?
I told you the cell broke. Yeah, but the other phone's fine. The landline works. So
if I call the landline, just answer it. You know my number, obviously. You know who it is. Just answer it. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
I tried calling and seeing if your mom was there yesterday, and just to see like if you went to go visit, see your grandma, and no one answered. So I was like, fuck it. But did you see her yesterday?
Yeah. Everything's good. Everything's all right. Everything's going well, and yeah.
Good. All right. Well, look, I gotta jump off of here. I gotta clock back in. It was good talking to y'all. Good conversation. And
peace and love. Come up another time.
Yeah, I'll come back later. All right.
Peace.
Bye. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, more people need to, come up like that. Like, why aren't there more new faces on a regular basis? Because I know some of my friends that like hang out in the chat. Because one time I've and this is an interesting thing to test, Pat. If you have any people you suspect might be lurking in the, like, let's say Zetetic, right? Let's say go to try to tag him in the chat and see if his name pops up. That means he's watching. So I'm going to try that right now. Let's see, like just for starters, I want to see if Zetetics watching your stream right now. Let's see here.
He's going to pop out just because you said that.
Yeah, he's not showing up now. How about, let me think, who else? Let's see if Paul's watching. No, Paul's not.
Hey, can you get headphones ever, Pineal?
Me? I got them right now.
Is that something you plan to? Well, what's going on? Because we always hear feedback whenever you unmute, like you don't have headphones.
Is it the clicking sound or is it the feedback sound?
No, like we can hear our voices on your end if you're not muted. Well, now it's not happening, but this was happening earlier. Never mind.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I need better headphones. You know.
No, I'm just giving you some shit. There's no actual like true problem.
You're just giving me shit because I was giving you shit earlier, saying that you were whatever. Yeah, we both need better headphones, I guess. I got a pair off Amazon once, and they just like fucking broke immediately. They were supposed to be so good, like the best pair you can get for $20, and yeah, and anyway, I gotta try to see if I could return them and then swap them out or whatever. Yeah, I never really do any online anything as far as Amazon or anything. I don't have any payment medium, Cash App, or any of that shit. But yeah. Anyway, kind of off topic. But yeah, when are you gonna get some of your friends on here? Oh, I got the feedback now. God damn it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You're pretty good about muting up when you're done speaking. We normally don't catch too much of it, so you're good. When am I gonna bring some of my friends on? Is that what you said?
Yeah, your lady friend or or just regular friends, dude, homies, whatever.
Well, yeah. My girlfriend's gonna come on at some point with me, or like on her computer. We're both gonna come on sometime. I don't know whose stream, but Matt from Laced Up, he has a YouTube channel. He does like gaming stuff and some live streams. He came over this morning actually. I met him through here. So it's not like someone I know in real life necessarily, but yeah, there's been some, like today there was some new faces for sure, man. And I definitely
another new face.
Bring on people from real life when the time comes.
We have Mr. Mitchell Steven here for the ending segment of the show. So welcome, Mitchell. Michael, sorry.
How you doing? Cheers from Barcelona.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
I have
awesome,
a friend
man.
that lives there. His name's Jeffrey. What's his name? Hold on a sec. Man, I forget his name.
007, is that who you're talking about?
No.
I appreciate the new sub, man. And yeah, that's cool. I'm actually well, my last name is Basque, so it originates from the Basque region of Spain. And yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
How'd you find the
I lived in Bilbao in 1971 when I was 13 years old. I think I was 13, somewhere in there.
Yeah, Karowicz. That's the name I was looking for. Karowicz, Jeffrey Karowicz.
They use the Basque language to communicate between in World War II because it's very hard to decipher, you know. Something
Interestingly enough, you heard about the wind talkers in World War II. Remember the code talkers, Navajo code talkers? The last one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the last
really?
wind talker just died here not too long ago. Coincidentally, his name was Keith Little. My name is Keith Little.
Oh, that's neat.
Word wizard, code talker. We're all the same thing. The name is the description of your characteristics, guys. Right, Patrick?
Oh,
yes, sir.
I was just watching a video about an American Indian. Was a beautiful story. He includes, you know, his religion, the Bible. I forgot what channel. I'm spread so thin on YouTube. Sometimes I just leave the phone and go for a hike. The heck with it.
Yeah, well, you just hit the we're going to hit the top of the hour right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of the stream, so I'm going to have to thank all my guests for being on the panel today. Awesome stream as usual. Thank you, Wizard, Sean, Christos, and many others that were here today. Thanks to all you guys, and thank you everybody in chat, and also all the viewers that are watching that aren't participating in chat or that are not on the panel. Thank you, everybody. And be sure to tune in tomorrow morning for another episode of the Grand Rising Show here on OTW News. So much love and much respect to everybody. And see you tomorrow. All right.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And we will move on with the end of the show song, which we will choose for today, which is going to be, well, with everything that was said, I would go with, let me see. We were talking about all kinds of stuff. I go with, hold on, guys. What do we got? I got a choice of songs. I know I'm lagging here. I'm gonna choose one. Hold on. I got it.
This is the start to the week here, OTW. It's got to be it's got to be a banger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about Light It Up? This is it. We got it. Light it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Peace.
Let's go. I hope it's a bang.
I'm in it. I'm hella filthy, so I got this, I'm winning. I'm not a quitter, so I'm not fucking quitting. Just try to stop me and you'll drop dead missing. I'm on my way to the top now, listen. I ain't never gonna stop too driven. I ain't never getting lost, got vision. I'ma make this shit hot, ignition. Yeah, yo, give me facts, not fiction. Then you know I fucking listen, cause I'm on a fucking mission. Man, you got to be driven, cause this world is unforgiving. You're the only one that's winning, or the only one that's quitting. So get up and stay committed, don't be asking for permission. Hit the gas after ignition and start acting like you're winning. Make your own damn decisions, don't let others make you victims. Have a thought and have a vision, don't get caught up in the millions. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. I'm on it. Give me 5 years and I got what I wanted. I'ma go ahead and finish all that I started.
People are disgusting.
Get it all uncharted. I can make this place go off like a rocket. I can give a fuck if you hate it or you love it. I don't do this shit cause I think that you're running. I just do this shit cause I know that I want it. I could give a fuck if I die today. If I'ma go out, it's my fucking way. At least I'll go out with some pride to my name. With the fight not a play, that's my fucking way, ho. Y'all can sit back and think you heard the best of me. I can guarantee that you haven't seen the rest of me. I can guarantee that this shit's gonna be my destiny. And I will never sleep till I make it, then I'll rest in peace. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up.
Let's get ready to rumble!
But you fucking with the best. But you fucking with the facts. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say. Let that 808 right out though. Yeah.